Salem in Fulton County,
Mhm.
Sturkey, Mitchell, Viola. So there's, let's see if there's anything else they got here. Flying debris with damage. See, call it without, yeah. So we got, this is going to be continued for Fulton County, but Baxter County has been canceled.
Okay. So it should be okay. So I just got the notification for YouTube. So YouTube is now up and going. Looks like we're good on everything else here, guys. So do apologize for that. I'm not sure what happened on the YouTube side of things here, but we are live. Going over the tornado warning up here in North Arkansas. I want to zoom this out, Derek. If you can kind of broaden your zoom just a little bit, so folks kind of see where that tornado warning is. I'll give more of a statewide look, so that kind of eases some anxiety out there right now. This is up here in North Arkansas here. I've stressed this to the moon. Folks, you got to know where you live. You got to know your counties. It's not us being mean or anything like that. You just got to know because you situations like this. This is not in Central Arkansas. This is nowhere near Little Rock or anywhere else across the state except my folks up there in North Arkansas. My folks up there in Baxter and also Fulton counties. That is along the Arkansas-Missouri border. That is where the tornado warning is right now. There's no direct impact to anywhere in Little Rock or Jonesboro or Fort Smith or anywhere else except my folks up there in far northern Arkansas here. This is a statewide view of what's going on. This is what you're looking at. Okay, so the tornado warning is up here near Mountain Home. That's along the Arkansas-Missouri border. Everybody else, as it stands right now, is pretty good. That's going to change as we move in the next couple of hours once we start getting these storms to really start to develop across the area here. But my folks there in North Arkansas, if you know anyone in that area, they need to be taking their tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, and get to the lowest level of your home immediately. Derek, I got Jamie if you want to take over.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So once again, folks, we are watching several storms around here now. Again, our main focus continues to be our folks in Fulton County, be mostly rural area. I know my folks in Cherokee Village, we are weather weary. My folks in Fulton County are as well. Again, this is northwest of Cherokee Village. You are not in the warning at this time.
Yep.
Viola, you need to be in your safe place right now. Lowest level of your house. Put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible. Now, once again, let's zoom in on this storm. As you can see, our strongest area of rotation is just along east of the Viola area. Again, so again, if you live along County Road 91, obviously here County Road 91, County Road 23 here, very rural area. U.S. Highway 62. So if you live anywhere along these areas, this is where Candlewood Road. So this is where the current area of rotation is. Again, we've not had any reports of damage. We did get a brief signature of what looked to be a debris signature as it's moved out of Baxter County into Fulton County. That has since gone away. However, do not let your guard down on this storm. Our atmosphere is slowly going to become more conducive as we go into the evening and into the early overnight hours, especially for my folks in Northeast Arkansas who are already storm weary. Again, if you live in Fulton County, be in your safe place now. Lowest level of your house and put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible.
Yep.
Again, this is going to be moving off towards the northeast.
Yeah. So I've got Jamie en route. She's our storm chaser. She's in hot seat right now here, and we're just kind of positioning her right now because we're watching two storms in particular. It's going to be the one up here, obviously in Fulton County. We're also going to keep an eye on those storms near the Walnut Ridge area. Give me just 1 second. I'm working on getting her exact location set up. Here she be. Yeah, that's what I thought. She's just to the southwest of Walnut Ridge. So she's going to be moving towards the Pocahontas, the Black Rock area up here, kind of keeping an eye on this storm up here near the Pocahontas area for the potential rotation and also the hail potential. But we're going to keep an eye on not only that storm, but the one that's obviously that's troll warned, but then the other one down here near Calico Rock and also towards Mount Olive and Izard County. We're going to have to keep an eye on that because it looks like, once this one moves into Missouri, This one moves through. This one will have an opportunity to really get its stuff act together here. So we're going to keep an eye on things here at this current point here. Derek, if you want to go ahead. You got the track on too.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So once again, yep.
As I say, if you could zoom out for just a little bit so folks can kind of get a visual where this is at right now. So that's going to be the track if you want to talk a little bit more about that.
All right. So once again, we are currently over the villa area now. This is going to track along in north of 62, and this will track towards Mammoth Spring, just right along after our 6 o'clock hour. So once again, only warning in the state. Only tornado warning in the state. Keep in mind, we have several areas of large hail, 2-3 inches in diameter. Again, severe weather, more than just a tornado. We also are dealing with strong damaging winds as well. So once again, a potential of a tornado is near the Villa area, moving off towards the northeast at 45 to 50 miles per hour. This is going to move through central and northern Fulton County and into southern Missouri. This may clip the very northern edges of Sharp County as well.
Yep.
So downstream, northeastern Fulton County, northern Sharp County, you need to go on and start thinking about taking those tornado precautions.
So right now, like I said before, we actually got a new severe thunderstorm warning for our folks down here in Van Buren and Cleburne County. That's going to be mainly for 60-mile-per-hour winds and 1 inch hail. And I talked about this before, yesterday, that we told folks that the hail threat was number one. We never said that it was going to be a tornado outbreak or March 14th 2.0 or anything like that. But we did say that the hail threat was going to be a problem for us here today, and that's what we're seeing. Then you have your tornado threat, and then this eventually what's going to happen is going to be a damaging wind threat as we move into later on tonight and into the first part of your Monday morning here. So these are just the supercells that are starting to develop. I've always said that 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. time frame is a sweet spot if you're going to get a solid tornado threat, if you're going to get that hail threat to really materialize. And then what's going to happen is later on, this is all going to congeal into a line, and then that's going to push east as your cold front really begins to kind of sag in here. So I want to kind of clear the comments and all that, folks saying that we're hyping and all that. We're not doing all that. We don't hype here at Arkansas Weather Watchers. We never claimed that this was going to be a tornado outbreak. That's just how it is. But we did say that the tornado threat was there, and we did say that the hail threat, which I feel like got ignored, the hail threat is definitely there today. We've had a lot of hail reports up here in North Arkansas, and especially northeastern Arkansas, as this afternoon here. So just now tuning in, tornado warnings in effect for our folks in North Arkansas. What you got for me, John? Okay. Yeah, and I want to show you guys this real quickly here. These are all the hail reports up here in North Arkansas so far. We had a couple of tornado reports up here in southeastern Missouri here, but so far we've had a lot of hail reports, especially in Baxter County, Marion County earlier on with that storm that went through. But so far so good across the area, except for our folks up here in North Arkansas. But it's too early right now. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Once the environment really starts to cool off, we will start to see that tornado threat really start to materialize, especially our folks in eastern, northeastern Arkansas. And then this will transition into a damaging wind threat across the area here. So we've got these storms up here, Derek. If you want to, I'm not sure what you're seeing on your side. You can go ahead.
All right. So again, exactly the same exact thing. As you have been mentioning, the biggest thing is, as long as we see these storms stay close together, your tornado threat will not be quite as there, as your hail and damage and wind threat. If we do start seeing a separation as we head later into the afternoon hours, evening hours, as our atmosphere starts to cool back off, then yes, you will start seeing that threat increase. Like Cameron said, 4 to 9 p.m. is always the basically sweet spot, if you're going to be dealing with that type of environment. Again, today's risk is not as substantial as it was on March 14th,
Yeah.
but it is there. It is there enough that we will be watching for that possibility, especially as we get later, because as your atmosphere cools off and your shear comes a little bit more in depth, is when we'll have to watch for that possibility, especially over the eastern half of the state.
Yeah. So right now the tornado warning has been dropped. What I'm gonna do here, Derek, is this one's closing in on Melbourne. So if you want to hang on just a little bit longer on the live stream, see what ends up coming from this, because we've got Jamie in Walnut Ridge.
Yeah.
She's just to the east of there. So this thing takes off. She's gonna
And
be
then
in
you've got the
prime
storm in
position.
central Arkansas as well.
Correct.
Starting to fire up, and these are hailers. I want to reiterate it. Hailstorms are going to be our initial threat,
Yep.
then eventually transitioning into a line and/or a potential tornado threat as we go mainly eastern half of the state.
Yep.
Later into the evening hours.
Yep. So right now, like I said before, I'm gonna kind of keep an eye on this one up here in the Melbourne area here. So this is just to the north and east of 56, just to the west of the Melbourne area, evening shade. Unfortunately, this particular area, you just got through dealing with that tornado threat on March 14th. Right now, not seeing too much. I can go over to our other product real quickly here. I know that one that went tour warn, that's the tornado warning has been allowed to expire. I'm going to keep an eye on the one in Pocahontas. That one's showing some rotation up here. But right now, I'm going to keep an eye on the one that's just to the south and west of the Melbourne area near evening shade. I am seeing some rotation over here. It's not as, impressive compared to what we've seen in the past, stuff like that. But I am starting to see some rotation here. There could be some, I think it's mainly going to be like Derek said before, a health threat. I will say this, my folks up here in the Corning area up here in Clay County, near the Biggers area, just south of, just north and east of Pocahontas. My radar over here is picking up, I do believe that is almost 2-inch diameter hail moving into Clay County here. So if you're in Clay County right now, make sure that you are, you got that car in the garage, stuff like that, covered and everything ready to go, because you've got a significant hailstorm moving into Clay County at this current point. And then, like I said before, just kind of keep an eye on some other things here. Go ahead, John. What you got? Okay. Okay. All right. So thank you, John. And that is why John is here, guys, along with the rest of our team. He's the bridge between us and the National Weather Service. He tells us what's getting ready to happen here. So we're going to have another tornado warning coming out for Clay County here, guys. That's going to be for our folks up here in northeastern Arkansas. So we've got, we're going to go ahead, Derek, if you want to go ahead and switch over to
You already
you already
what I was doing.
already got it. If you could take over for just a little bit when that tornado warning gets out, I'm going to.
Let's go and get Jamie in position.
In position. So,
all right, folks. So we have a brand new warning that has just been issued for pretty much all of Clay County. So this includes my folks in Corning, Noble, McDougal, Pollard, Piggott, Greenway, Rector, Nimmons, St. Francis. Again, a lot of towns named. Again, this is a very, very situation. You have large hail and damaging winds and a tornado threat with this supercell. We've already seen one touchdown around Poplar Bluff. So again, if you live in Clay County, go on and take those tornado precautions, lowest level of your house, and put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible. Again, Corning, Noble, Greenway, Piggott, Polar, McDougal, go on and take those precautions now.
Yeah. So biggest thing is, let's go ahead and go over to your velocity. I'm in communication with Jamie over here. She's our storm texture. She's in Walnut Ridge right now. We're working on getting her set up and live and everything like that, so she can give us a broadcast from the ground. But my folks up here in northeastern Arkansas, you need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, and get to the lowest level of your home immediately at this current time here, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a track on here, Derek. I'm not sure if you got me on. You got me on too? No, I got you over here. So we're gonna put a track right through here. and I'm gonna clock it at about 45 miles per hour. So if you see your city up here on this list, you need to be taking your tornado precautions. And that's gonna be for the Piggott area. That's St. Francis. That's Corning. That's the Rector area, Greenway. It's Sunday evening. A lot of folks are getting ready either for church or got Sunday evening plans. We got a lot of stuff going on across the state right now. My folks up here in northeastern Arkansas are just as important as anybody else in the state. So make sure that they're taking your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows, get to that lowest center part of your home, and put as many walls between yourself and the outside as possible. If you have a storm shelter, that's gravy. If you don't, then you want to get to that basement. You want to get to that center part, that center lowest part of your home at this current time. So, Derek, have you seen anything in terms of reports? I know we're I'm getting Jamie set up right now to give us a live broadcast from the field.
I'm saying nothing on reports, so obviously that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Obviously hail reports is a different story.
Yeah.
But we are seeing plenty of hail reports coming out of all northern Arkansas.
Okay.
But in terms of our rotation, debris signature, etc., we're not seeing a lot of it. That's a good thing. But again, keep this in mind. Tornadoes can and do form quickly with severe storms, especially storms of this magnitude, because we are dealing with a very strong supercell storm. We are at the early stages of our event. So again, you're just starting to get those ingredients in here before this thing really gets going. Again, 23 is not as high as it was on March 14th from our folks in Northeast Arkansas, but the threat is definitely there.
Okay. So, like I said before, I'm just kind of looking at some stuff right now here. We got Jamie. She's in Walnut. She's actually in Walnut Ridge right now, moving to the north and east to try to get in position for this tornado warning up here in northeastern Arkansas. So we've got this storm in here. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom this down. There it is right here. I'm gonna go over to the rotation real quickly here, and looks like, man, this first and foremost, y'all need a radar really bad up here in northeastern Arkansas.
Yep.
Really, 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 really bad, because you're up here near the edge of Little Rock, and then you're also in the edge of Memphis's radar here. So if you give me just 1 second, there's the area of rotation. There's Walnut Ridge. There's the Okean area. It's gonna be right in here. So that's Guthrie Road. That's going to be, I do believe, that's going to be the Duck Levee area up here. That's just south and east of Biggers, or just to the south and east of Highway 67 up here. So if you know anyone in these areas, make sure that they're taking their tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, and get to the lowest level of your home immediately at this current time here. Is she ready to go, or?
I haven't heard anything.
Okay, hear anything? Okay, all right. So right now, like I said before, my folks in the Corning area, that's over here towards Piggott, I would go ahead and send, go ahead and get to your tornado safe spots immediately. Like I said before, we got a lot of folks that are going to church. Yeah, a lot of folks that are doing stuff right now throughout the evening hours. It's time to get into that safe spot. We talked about this over the last couple of days, that today was just an appetizer compared to what's coming up on Wednesday. It was time to go over your severe weather plans. Now it's time to put those plans to action. When we talk about that, that's getting to that center lowest part, putting as many walls between yourself and the outside as possible, and you want to get to that center, that lowest part of your home immediately at this point here. So that's going to be along Highway 57. That's 67. Excuse me, I keep mistaking between 157 and 67 up here. Then that's going to be Highway 135. I'm gonna go ahead and go back over to our stuff real quick and put the rotation tool on here, and it's gonna be Derek's got the road network already ready to go for me. So that's where the area of rotation is gonna be right now. So that's County Road 114, County Road 111. I do believe that's gonna be the Duck Levee area here.
Yep.
And then there's also Highway 67 here. That's just south of Highway 67 at this point. So anyone in these areas, they need to be taking your tornado precautions now.
Very rural areas.
Very, very rural area. I'm getting very concerned, Derek, that this thing is starting to show that appendage.
Yep.
It's getting better organized. I think this one could easily do it up here in northeastern Arkansas. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. It's the storm that, like I said before, once you start getting later into the evening, your atmosphere is going to become more conducive for potential tornadoes here. So we'll keep an eye on that up here in northeastern Arkansas. Go ahead.
All right. So once again, folks, we are continuing to watch this area right through here, just to the south of Reno, northwest of Peach Orchard. This is going to be moving towards the east northeast. Again, Corning, you need to be in that safe place. Noble, you need to be in the safe place. Peach Orchard, you need to be in the safe place. Do not try to get out and view the storm, because north of the rotation, you have 2-inch hail forming on this storm. South of it, you have a tornado threat. Again, do not. I know it's still. It is a light outside. However, do not try to get out and spot the storm. Helmets, pillows, blankets, mattresses, whatever you can to protect yourself. If you do not have a shelter, be sure to make sure and find that safe place. A storm cellar, interior part of your house, bathtub, anything you can to protect you and your family. Again, this is now moving south of Reno, northwest of Peach Orchard.
Yeah.
This is moving west of Noble. This is going to track very close to Corning as well. So again, if you live in Corning, you need to be in that safe place right now.
Yeah. So I'm
Hey.
sorry. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, John. What you got?
Yeah, so they're just going to be updating the thunderstorm warning that's located there with a tornado possible tag due to the current tornado warning.
Yeah.
Also, we're watching some rotation in Searcy County as well, so we just want to keep an
That's
eye on
gonna
that
be-
area. I think that
that's
we was
gonna
talking about
be-
that earlier.
Is that our Central Arkansas storm?
So
Oh,
Thursday
okay.
County. Yeah, that's gonna be.
So that's
Definitely this one over here near Marshall.
okay.
That's going to be the one. So pretty
Yep.
much it's going to track pretty much right in this area here. So we'll have to keep an eye on it here. So if you can let me know, have you heard back from Jamie on your side?
No,
Okay.
So if they're traveling north of Walnut Ridge, your service goes.
Okay.
So if
Jamie,
you're kinda
Jamie
looking-
just said she's live.
She's live.
She's
There we
live.
go.
So
Yeah.
we'll get that pulled up here in just a second, and I'll give her a phone call, and we can get an update on her situation here. Yep, she is live now. So I will work on Derek if you want to take over for just a little bit, and then we will
Hey,
go
Derek.
from there.
All right.
I don't. We're getting comments in the Facebook comments that there's power flashes in Pleasant Grove.
Pleasant Grove. That's
So
gonna
that
be
yeah, so that's unconfirmed, but that's going to be south of Melbourne.
okay. That's gonna be yeah. So that might be oh wow. Yeah, that's gonna be with this one near Izzard County. So that's another one that's trying to show an appendage here. So I'm gonna get Jamie set up there if you want to go ahead and
problem.
take over for just a little bit
You
here.
already got it. All right. So once again, folks, we are continuing to track this storm. This is moving off towards the northeast here at about 45 miles per hour. This is tracking towards Peach Orchard at 5:51, Noble at 5:54, Polar at 6:21, 6:25, and then of course on towards 6:30 on toward our state line. Again, Noble, Polar, Piggott, St. Francis. You need to be in that safe place right now.
Yep.
Lowest level of your house. Put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible. Now, here's the thing. This storm passes. We're not done. We have more to your west. We have more expected as we go into the overnight hour. This is going to come in waves throughout much of the evening into the overnight hours. That's something I want to mention. Just because the storm passes does not mean you are done.
Yeah. So hey Jamie, can you hear me? You can me? You're good. You're good. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna switch over. So if you can let me know if John says anything, Derek, I'm gonna
Yep,
switch over
sure
to for Jamie's live stream. So if you guys can be just 1 second, and we will get that up and running for you guys here. So you guys are gonna get a kind of a visual on what's going on up here in northeastern Arkansas here. So give me just 1 second, and we will go from there. And Jamie, if you want to talk about what you're seeing up there right now, we can go from there here. So give me just 1 second. We'll switch this over to your live stream real quickly here, and we're gonna go from there. All right. So I'm not sure why it's not letting me let me full screen this. Okay. There we go. All right, there we go. I'm not sure why it wouldn't let me full screen this. So let me make sure that everybody can hear you loud and clear. So let me double check a couple things real fast. And we're going to make sure that you are hooked up and ready to go, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, you should be good to go. Can go ahead if you want to kind of take over and kind of show everyone what you're seeing right now as you're moving towards that tornado warning storm out there in Northeast Arkansas.
Sure. So right now we're about 7 miles south outside of Okean on 34. Not really seeing a whole lot right now. Just see some moisture moving in, some dark clouds. Really not much going on right now. As I get closer to the north, things should pick up and we should start seeing some, I hate to say it, but seeing some funnels or at least hail.
So I've noticed a couple of things here, Derek. Number one, when you're looking at her shot, the bases are starting to come down pretty significantly, and that's just because the atmosphere is starting to cool off, and you're starting to get later into the evening where things will start to become a lot more active here, guys. So like so far, Jamie, I know you're heading to that tornado warning storm there in Clay County, correct?
I'm headed to Okean. Yes, I'm 7 miles outside of it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would like to add that as I've been on this road on 34, temperature is rising. We've gone from 84 to 86 in just a matter of a couple of minutes.
Wow. So there you go, guys. And like I said before, this is just kind of what we're doing here is we're giving you guys kind of what the rotation is looking like, what you guys are seeing on the radar, and then kind of an on-ground view of what you guys are seeing on pretty much on the ground of what's going on right now here. So it looks like, just based off of your shot here, it looks like you got a pretty decent structure. Fortunately, right now, not seeing anything that's on the ground or anything like that. That's great news. But unfortunately, in this environment up here in northeastern Arkansas, you do have a good amount of what's called your 0 to 1 kilometer helicity. So that could lead to your storms starting to rotate and could potentially produce that tornado here. So in anyone in these areas up here in Clay County, you need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between yourself and the outside as possible, and get to the lowest level of your home immediately here. Also, Jamie, once we get past today, I'm gonna have to get that that mount that you've got set up in your car sturdied a little bit more because it's shaky.
Over here, hey Sam.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Over here to the west.
Yeah, you're in this. Okay, so
Sam?
yeah, you can hear. Yep, I can hear you loud and clear. We can hear you.
Okay, so let me get on the other side of this tree line, hopefully, but I can definitely see some clouds moving in.
Okay.
Definitely starting to lower. I've turned my camera a little bit more towards that position. Give me just a second. I'm trying to get out of these trees here.
Okay. You're good. You're good to
get a better
go.
visual on what we've got coming in.
Yep, you're good to go. So, Derek, I was gonna say, if you have anything that you've seen so far in terms of reports or anything like that,
Yes, sir.
we're good to go. John, I'm not sure if you can hear me. I don't know if he's heard anything right now here, but if you let me know, because I know you're still.
Yeah.
Let me. Yeah. So, hey, Jamie, I'm gonna. Yeah, go ahead.
You're good.
Okay.
So,
Good. Yeah. Go ahead.
So we also have her stream up.
Yeah.
Elijah has shared photos as well from the Send Arkansas storm as well.
Okay.
Elevated still, so we're not worried about that one at the time.
Okay.
So we're good there. So all focus is going to be on this storm here in northeast Arkansas.
Okay. So what we're gonna do, Jamie, I'm gonna let you get to a position of where you're kind of like stationary, so you can get a good visual of the storm. And then you just holler at me because I have you on the headset over here. You just holler at me when you get set up, and then we can come back to you. That's okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. You're still gonna be in my ear. I'm still gonna be on the phone with you, but looks like, oh wow, I see what you mean about the structure up there with that storm here.
You see the structure too?
Yeah. And folks that are looking at this right now, so basically what you're doing is you're looking to the north and east. So you're looking into that tornado warning storm up here in Clay County right now. Right now, I would definitely say the hail threat is definitely there. The tornado threat right now, I know your LCLs are trying to come down, still pretty high up there. So that's why this isn't instantly a tornado threat, but obviously the tornado warning still remains in effect. It's still showing a good amount of rotation. And we're going to keep an eye on it here. Jamie, once this tornado warning has expired, I'm going to send you back down to the southwest because there's another storm coming out from Izzard in Sharp County. So you're going to pretty much just ride along that road that you're at right now. That sounds good. Okay, I don't know if she can hear me or not. The service up there is pretty spotty. Okay, Jamie, can you hear me? I'm not sure if she can still hear me or not. Okay, we'll come back. We'll come back to Jamie because, like I said, up there in far northeastern Arkansas, the service up there is kind of spotty. So we'll come back to her. So we're going to switch back over to our dual radar real quickly here, guys. And this is what we've got at this point here. So we've got that tornado warning still remaining in effect up there in northeastern Arkansas. That's going to go until 6:30 this evening here. Another 35 minutes from now. And then we're also going to keep an eye on these storms that are coming out from the Mount Olive area, the Evening Shade area. At the current point here, this is going to continue to move off to the east as well. And like I said, Elijah has gotten our photo from Central Arkansas, correct?
Yep.
And nothing tornadic right now in Central Arkansas. I want to make that clear. But these are going to be hailers. I want to make this clear. The hail threat is definitely there
yes.
this evening here. And I think that's something that needs to be addressed. I think the hail threat is going to be higher than what your tornado threat is. That doesn't mean your tornado threat's not going to happen. It's just you're going to have to be dealing with that hail threat for at least the time these storms are supercells until the line develops later on this evening here. Go ahead, Derek.
All right. So once again, if you live in Corning, you need to be in that safe place right now.
Yep.
Again, your strongest area of rotation is currently just to the northeast of the Noble area. County Road 228, County Road 250. This in very rural areas of Clay County. A lot of farmland up here. If you have a farmer family member, a farmer friend out there, I know it is peak season to be getting those crops ready. Tell them to keep an eye on the sky. This is a very rural area. We do not have a lot of reception out here. So again, eyes on the sky, and also a phone call to say, hey, take cover is vital.
Yep.
For safety in this part of the state.
Yeah. So Jamie's gonna get back with me. I know the reception up there at far northeast Arkansas is absolutely just terrible up there. And for I think some of that too may have been because of the recent severe weather event they just got through dealing with up there in northeast Arkansas. So they haven't had a lot of time to really rebuild, get stuff going and stuff like that up there in northeast Arkansas just yet. So obviously, like I said, poor Jamie's still in my ear. If she comes back, we'll let you guys know here. She's going to get set up in a position to where she can keep an eye on this storm. And then I'm going to send her back to the southwest to keep an eye on the ones coming into Walnut Ridge right down here. But the tornado warning still remains effect till 6:30. John, do you have anything that you need to report in terms of any damage or anything like that at this current time?
Yes, sir. So, there's several thunderstorm warnings across the state right now. So, coming into Heber Springs, Melbourne area. So we're getting a lot of reports of hail out of these storms. So every storm that's got the thunderstorm warning, there's some special weather statements that's issued as well. That's got some reports of hail in there as well. Now, this could be from pea-size hail all the way up to golf ball size. There's been reports earlier of tennis ball size, softball size hail. So, there's the potential for some damage from the hailstorm here. But right now, that's all we're getting. Let's see. Looks like they're going to continue. The rotation continues near Noble. So that's going to be going northeast of Noble. There's certainly some large hail there going into Corning at this time.
Okay. So 904. Just going to continue to keep an eye on everything here. I think Jamie's trying to call me, actually. Hang on. I will get her. I'll get her set back up. Give me just 1 second.
While you're doing that, I would say that
tornado.
tornado.
Here. So, Derek, you want to take over just a little bit while I get that taken care of from Jamie?
Yep. All right. So, just northeast of the Noble area. Again, as I was tracking it, so now our latest scan, again, has this moving just over or just to the northeast of the Noble area. Again, this is moving in a direction that is going to take it straight for the McDougal area, straight for the Pollard area. Again, if you live in this area, You need to be taking your tornado precaution. You should have already been in your safe place because, again, this storm is moving 30 to 40 miles an hour.
Yep.
These are actually those storms that we need to watch for. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yep, I can hear you loud and clear, Jamie. I'm not sure if your stream is still up right now. We're working on getting that. It is? It's still up? Okay, cool. What you got for me?
That coming in.
Yeah.
I just pulled over on the side of the road. It did have nothing on the ground, but it did have some lowering with it. So I pulled off before I got to.
Okay, give me just 1 second here. Like I said before, folks, up here in Northeast Arkansas, the cell reception is a little kind of spotty up here. But Jamie, if you want to repeat kind of what you had said before, while I'm still trying to get your stream up and going, because it's buffering on our end. So I'm just kind of
Yeah.
Go ahead.
My signal is terrible out here.
Yeah.
But on this storm that I'm coming towards Okean did have some lowering with it. It had gone back up, but it did have some lowering with it. There was, I thought it did much, but it did have some lowering.
Okay.
So it definitely has some rotation with it.
Okay. If you could do me a favor, I know your stream is probably going to go in and out because of the cell reception up there. If you can get some photos and videos of that, and we can get that on air, and we can get that sent to the weather center, that would be awesome. I see there's a wall cloud that's been reported. I think that might, I don't know if it's with that storm. Is it with that storm up there?
Yes.
Yeah, it is with that storm up there. So there's a wall cloud. That might be what you've been seeing, Jamie. So if you can get some photos and videos of that, get somewhere kind of set up, that would be awesome, and we will get that set up either get it posted on a page, or we'll get that set up on there. So I'll keep you in my ear. If you come across anything urgent, just let me know.
I will let you know. I'm
Okay.
going to try to drop that down.
All right, sounds like a plan. All right, so like I said before, we're going to go back over to our dual coverage real quickly here, guys. And the biggest thing is going to be we're going to have to continue to monitor these storms up here in Northeast Arkansas, because obviously it's starting to get later and later and later.
Mhm.
And now you're starting to see the wall cloud really starting to get itself together up here in Northeastern Arkansas. Also, we could take a look at this product over here. Let me see if I can get this up and going. This is what we call our tornado debris tractor. Basically, it wipes everything off except for the tornado debris itself. So we're going to have to continue to kind of keep an eye on this up here. I'm going to go over to our thing over here. I'm going to go Memphis' radar, because up here in Northeastern Arkansas, it's pretty rough up here. So I'm going to go over to this. Not really seeing anything on there so far, which is great news. We can take a look at what we call our NORAD. It's right here, just to the south and east of the Corning area, just to the west and southwest of Piggott up here. So we're going to keep an eye on that. It's got a good amount of rotation with it, and that's going to continue to move off towards the north and east here. So anyone in the Piggott area, St. Francis up here, far northeastern Arkansas, you're near the Missouri Boot Hill up here, you need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, and get to the lowest level of your home immediately here. Derek, I'm going to let you keep that track up there. I'm going to kind of zoom down and talk a little bit more about north central Arkansas, because we have what's getting ready to happen, what's called a storm merger is getting ready to happen. You got a severe storm coming out of Heber Springs. Things sound very loud and chaotic in Heber Springs right now. Nothing tornadic. And then you have this storm coming into Cave City, and I understand those in Cave City, they're still rebuilding. This is not a tornadic storm. I want to make this clear. John, if you hear anything in terms of them trying to put a warning out, you let me know instantly for that Cave City one and also the Heber Springs. But it looks like these two storms are set to hit what's called a collision point, and I think that's probably going to be somewhere just to the north of Tuckerman or just to the west of Alisa. Forgive me if I feel like I butchered that name. But you're going to have a collision course set up right here with these two storms meeting together. And what could potentially happen is two things are going to happen here. Number one, it will what's called a destructive storm mode. Basically, it will just wipe out your tornado threat with this storm, and it will become more of a hail and wind threat, because it's going to take time for it to merge. Once that merger is complete, we'll have to see what happens down the road. Is this going to be a Jonesboro problem? Is this going to be a Crittenden County problem? Mississippi County problem? We're going to have to keep an eye on that, because once this merger completes, because it's going to merge somewhere between, I would say, northern Independence County or western and southwestern Lawrence County. Once that merger is complete, depending on the situation, you can get a tornado threat out of this. So we're going to have to continue to monitor it very, very closely. My folks in the Jonesboro area, over towards Mississippi County, keep an eye on things. Hopefully this is a situation where, they merge together and you don't have to deal with that tornado threat. But the later you go into the evening, the better your tornado parameters and your better environment will get. So it's going to take time to merge. You see it. Storm moving northeast out of Heber Springs, and then you got a storm moving east out of Cave City. Those two storms are going to meet. And when they meet, they're going to have that merger, and then you're going to go from there. So we'll have to keep an eye on that down the road here. So the tornado warning, for those that are tuning in, still in place till 6:30. We're going to keep an eye on this storm as it continues to move out towards the east. Jamie's up there. She's keeping an eye on it. I think as soon as that tornado warning storm gets out of Arkansas, goes into Missouri Boot Hill, I'm going to send her back to the south, probably more closer to the Jonesboro, Truman area, because I'm very intrigued about what happens with this storm merger out towards the western area here. Go ahead.
Okay. She's trying to get back in contact with you again.
Okay.
All right. So once again, let's just go over this again. We have a tornado warning for Clay County. Again, this does include my folks in McDougal, my folks in Pollard, Piggott, Greenway, Nimmons, St. Francis. You need to be in your safe place right now. Large hail damaging winds as well with this storm. Again, McDougal 611, Pollard is 619, Greenway is 620 and 21, Piggott is 622, or Piggott at 622, and then St. Francis on the Arkansas border at 627.
Yeah, Jamie, I see you're back live. I'm not sure what's going on with this. It's a signal up there. For some reason, it's not showing. It's showing that you're live, but it's not showing that it's not like there's nothing popping up here. It's just a big circle screen. So, what I was pretty much, I'm not sure if you caught what I had said, but once that tornado warning storm gets out of Clay County, you can go ahead and drop south towards the Paragould, maybe Jonesboro, because there's two storms to your west. One coming out of Heber Springs, and there's one coming out of Cave City that are going to merge. And we're going to have to keep an eye and see what happens once that merger is complete. Probably it may be a situation where Greene County, Craighead County, maybe over towards Mississippi County, we'll have to keep an eye and see what ends up happening with that here. But we'll watch it. We'll watch it very closely as it continues to move out towards east here. But this is going to be we'll have to see, because right now, if they don't merge together properly, this is just going to be a lot of wind and hail coming into northeastern Arkansas. Your tornado threat, fortunately for us, and I don't want to see anybody in the comments complaining about us not having a tornado threat. Fortunately, the tornado threat with this would continue to kind of go on a downward spiral, because that means that these storms are interacting, like you mentioned earlier, interacting with each other more, and that's kind of, they're all battling for the same environment, pretty much. And when that happens, it cancels out your tornado threat. You start looking more for a hail and wind threat, and that doesn't mean it needs to be ignored. It just means that the tornado threat will start to drop off across the board. Go ahead, Derek.
All right. So once again, folks, as we've been mentioning, we are continuing to track this tornado warning storm. We've not had any reports yet. That is a very good thing. That's what we'd love to see, especially after what we just dealt with a couple weeks ago, what we could be dealing with later this week. But again, that does not mean let your guard down. Be in that safe place. Lowest level of your house. Put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible. This will continue to lift off towards the northeast out. We have more coming in. Damaging winds, large hail continue to be a threat with every storm this afternoon. Again, even though these storms are moving over the area, your atmosphere is still very well primed.
Yeah.
You're going to have this initial round, and then you will have a round develop later this afternoon in West Arkansas, and that's going to move across the state as we head throughout the overnight hours. So again, just because round one goes through doesn't do anything. That does not mean we are done, because we still have to watch for several more hours. We're talking 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, before this event's done.
Yeah. So right now, I said for tornado warning still remains in effect. I'm going to zoom this out, Derek. If you can go back over to the normal way you look at radar. I want to provide some good news here. There is a pretty decent cap in place right now, and I'll talk to you guys about this real quick. So what a cap means, I got a perfect bottle real quick in here. By the way, this sparkling water is really good. So basically, a cap is a lid on any kind of soda bottle, water bottle, whatever. And what's going on here is you've got all that instability, all the warm air and stuff like that inside the bottle, which would be your soda, your water, or anything like that. But it can't get out because there's a lid. What's going on right now is central and southern and southwest Arkansas, there's a pretty good lid in place. That's keeping these storms from really bubbling up and stuff like that. You know, from our first regional sky cam here in Little Rock, you can see at the bottom right corner of your screen, you know, you've seen some storms try to go up. You've seen some cumulus clouds try to go up, but they just kind of fade away, give you that more of a serious type look right now. And that's something that we want to see. I'm going to say this straightforward. If you get mad about severe weather or it busting, you need to get your life priorities in order because Arkansas has been through enough of severe weather. This is something, you know, obviously we're still watching Northeast Arkansas. We're still keeping an eye on that tornado warning up there. But so far, we have not had a lot of tornado warnings here in Arkansas. Most of them have either been in southeastern Missouri or they've been up there in, actually, surprisingly enough, in Michigan.
Yeah, where they're dealing with the winter storm, ice storm, severe thunderstorm outbreak.
Yeah.
All in the same state.
Exactly. So right now, we're not saying that as an all clear or anything like that. We're just saying right now we're hanging pretty good across the area, except for our folks in northern and northeastern Arkansas. We'll keep an eye on things. I'm looking at some data on the other side of the screen and stuff like that. We'll keep an eye on see what ends up happening here. But right now, it looks like the cap is definitely winning out, especially for our folks in central and into southern Arkansas. But we still got to get the cold front through here. And we still have to wait and see what ends up happening later on this evening and into tonight. But I just wanted to throw that out because there's somebody that's going to get upset about not seeing severe weather.
This, ironically, is what we were expecting on March 14th.
Funny enough, it did the opposite. Yeah,
So,
that's a good point.
You know, so some of James went on. Do we need to go to Jonesboro?
Yes.
Do we need to go? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to go ahead, I was going to say, yeah. Yep. So Jones, yeah. Yep. So we're sending her south towards the Jonesboro area here. So she's getting away. So this tornado warning storm is getting out of Arkansas. So she's going to kind of pivot, go back around towards Jonesboro. And we're going to keep an eye on this storm now, which is now considerable for the potential of seeing 70-mile-per-hour winds coming into this area here. So, Derek, if you want to, I think it's going to be 5 over there on 2. It's going to be F5. It's going to show that's the hell size. Yep. Okay, so it's going to be, I think it's 6. I'm not sure. There it is. That's the right one. Okay, so that's the wind tracker over there here, and you can see good amount of wind coming in here. If you can hit P, and it's going to show you the overall. Yeah, there you go. So 60 to 70 mile per hour winds. Just south of the Corning area. That is just north of. That's going to be north of Peach Orchard. You're going to have to pronounce that correctly. Peach Orchard. Yeah. Thank you. So we got a good amount of winds coming in at 70 mile per hour winds coming in. I'm going to go ahead and put a track on this storm, and it's going to be right in here. It's going to be just coming right over Cave City. I know I've got folks in Cave City that are just, heart goes out to them. Those up there in Northeast Arkansas that just got through dealing with the March 14th tornado outbreak. You're seeing these storms. We want to reassure you right now, we have not heard anything about anything on the ground or anything like that here. But what we're going to do is we're going to put a track. I'm going to clock it at 30 miles per hour. It's going to move into Strawberry, 6:14, coming up next minute. Over towards the Hotsy area, Walnut Ridge, about 6:48, 6:50, towards Cache and towards Bono, which is funny enough because I put Jamie in Bono earlier. Yep. It's going to be coming in at about 7:10 here, so we're going to keep an eye on that. And I will say this, on that southern end, that appendage that is just on the south side of Cave City, we are going to keep an eye on this because it looks like there could be some rotation that may try to get going. John, have you heard anything from the National Weather Service regarding these storms at this current time?
Not in that area for Independence County. We just got some reports of, Cave City there's got some hail reports. Also, those folks that are listening to us and watching us there in Piggott up in Clay County. I know this is exiting Arkansas, but if you're in Piggott, there's going to be some large hail core in that area. So uh, we don't need to be outside, standing outside without a helmet on.
Yep. All right, sounds good. So that's going to be the storm, right? Like they said before, there's a storm up here near Piggott. I'm going to zoom this out so you guys kind of get a perspective. Okay, so there's Little Rock. And as a matter of fact, for those that are wondering about Little Rock, you can take a look at the bottom right corner of your screen. You can actually see the sky cam looking south towards Little Rock. You see that storm. There's actually a little storm trying to get going, trying to break the cap, just can't do it, which is great news right now.
Yep.
But we're keeping an eye on these storms up here in northeastern Arkansas. And like I said before, I've got Jamie moving south. I'm going to keep an eye on her location. And see what we can do once she gets to a point of setting up. Then what's going to end up happening is we will contact her and get her back live and everything like that. She's in on 34 in Lawrence County right now, so she's pivoting back around to get ahead of the considerable attack storm that's coming out of Sharp County and coming into Lawrence County at this current time here. So, Derek, if you got anything that you need to report this current time.
Biggest thing is, we're just still watching everything. Well, one thing to note is that I'm seeing, as well, and getting our reports in from Elijah, is that we're seeing the dew point and temperature spread closing the gap.
Yeah.
That's something you don't want to see.
Exactly.
Because if it starts closing that gap, your severe threat rapidly increases. This is coming from a moisture surge coming out of southwest Arkansas. So it's going to be along that cold front, as we mentioned. The question is going to be is, where do storms pop? Do they pop in West Arkansas? Do they pop in Central? Do they pop in eastern corner of the state where we're not going to have to worry about much? Now's when we got to start watching, at between now and 10 p.m. is that target zone. Where do storms form? How many form? And how severe do they get? We've already seen it in North Arkansas. We said there's going to be two waves. One in North Arkansas, one coming out of southwest Arkansas.
Yep.
And again, we said not everybody was going to see severe weather today. I want to stress this. Not everybody was going to see weather today, but the whole state was at risk for severe weather today.
Yep.
Good thing is that we are seeing these isolated storms, the isolated tornado warnings. We're not seeing the same event as we mentioned was going to happen. So again, no bust. Don't be mad about it, because guess what? If you ask our folks in Northeast Arkansas, they would prefer never to see another tornado warning the rest of the year.
Yep.
Probably for several years.
Probably several, yeah, I was going to say. And, I don't want to sound like a soap opera here, guys, but, I mean, if you find yourself getting upset about severe weather, I understand, if you had big plans and you had to cancel over severe weather and it didn't happen, I get the frustration on that. I do. But, I mean, at the end of the day, this is not like winter weather. Winter weather, if snow doesn't happen, yeah, I understand people getting upset, stuff like that. But this is severe weather. We just got through dealing with 16 days ago. We just got through dealing with a tornado outbreak up here in Northeast Arkansas. There is absolutely no reason you should be upset or mad or anything about this, guys. Okay, this is something
Cameron,
we want to see. I've said this, Dick said this, John said this, our entire team and all the meteorologists across the state said the same thing. We want to come to a severe weather event and tell you, hey, cap's holding in place and nothing's going to happen. That's what we want to do. We want to sit here and be like, hey, we don't want to see severe weather. We want to tell you the good news. We don't want to sit here and talk about destruction or somebody got hit or we need to do this. No, we don't want to do all that. We want to make sure when we have severe weather, we want to try to provide as much good news as possible. Because I don't know about y'all, but we're surrounded by bad news nowadays. I want to hear some good news. So that's
Cameron.
the situation right now. Obviously, this event is not over with yet. Like Derek just mentioned before, we're still keeping an eye on a couple of things up here. I'm going to zoom this out to kind of keep you guys like the normal way that you look at a radar on your phone, and then you have your way of looking at the rotation strength up there in northeastern Arkansas with the tornado warning. But I just want to make that clear, guys. Like, we want to sit here and go over good news. Like I want a situation, because Arkansas needs to rain, first of all. I want to talk about, that just a steady rain with no threat of tornadoes or anything like that. And right now, this is pretty much the best case scenario for us here in Arkansas, that the cap is winning out temporarily. And it's keeping these storms from really going up here. And you can see it on the bottom right corner of your screen on that sky cam in Little Rock. You see those storms trying to go up, but then they're just kind of fading away. And that's what we want. We want to see that right there. But we're still tracking our folks up here in northeastern Arkansas at the same time. Go ahead.
And I want to keep this in mind as well.
Yep.
If you don't know, and you can't access our Roku feed or Facebook feeds, I know, we are live on the website as well.
Okay.
ArkansasWebArchives.org.
Are we having any issues?
Not mainly the folks under the hailstorms
Okay.
that are dealing with a lot of reception issues.
Okay.
Right now, our website is running full speed ahead.
Okay.
So we're good there.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So far, no issues there.
Okay.
Don't worry, Cam.
All right.
We're
I was
good.
gonna say I'll keep an eye on things here because I know when we just got that Roku channel back up and running, so I'll keep an eye on things here to make sure that we're
Hey.
good. Okay. So we're good. We're
Can
ready
Cameron
over
hear
here.
me? Can Derek hear me?
But yeah, I keep an eye on this. Something that we're going to have to continue to monitor real quickly is the here 70-mile-per-hour winds coming in. That's going to be for Sharp and Lawrence County and northern Independence and northern Jackson County, actually. And then that tornado warning storm that's moving to the east towards Piggott at this current time. And like John mentioned before, we're dealing with a hail threat across the board here. So, John, I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry. I had my headphones off.
I was just fixing to tell you.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry.
No, no, it's okay. So the storm up here in Sharp County, that's going to be the one that's coming into Pocahontas now. I guess it's going to be to the east of Ravenden Springs, coming into Maynard. That's going to have a lot of strong winds. Going to have damaging winds to that. We're also going to have a strong amount of hail coming out of that as well. So we need to watch the storm that's in Sharp County. Now then, getting back to the storm down here in Melbourne, coming out of Strawberry. Strawberry's got some significant hail, some hail coming out of that core. It's coming to what is this tracking? What, southeast a little bit?
I'd say east southeast. It looks like it's
So
not due east, but it's
So Midturn, Alicia, Sedgwick, this area should be watching out for this. It's got a lot of hail in it. I would not be surprised if some sort of a warning comes out of this pretty soon. We're watching this pretty closely. That's coming into that area, and they're going to keep the tornado warning for Clay County. This is apparently not moving very fast out of the county. So what do you got that? I'm trying to see if I can get some speeds out of this, but
I do believe that's going to be. Looks like it's part of warning. It's about 50 miles per hour, but it looks like it's trying to slow down. I wouldn't be surprised if it's down to 40 or 45 miles per hour at this current time.
So we do have a rotating wall cloud reported by some of the county officials 3 miles south of Greenway. So 3 miles south of Greenway, we do have rotating clouds. Let me see if I can get some more information on that.
Okay.
So one thing the storm is running into, the storm just to its north in Louisiana, Lord Derek in Illinois is producing a strong, damaging PDS tornado in southern Illinois. So what's happening is you're getting friction from that storm and it's slowing this one down.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on. Once that one pulls away, this one will pick up speed once again.
Yeah. So it looks like I got Jamie back on the phone actually. So
she's got a heck of a wall cloud right now.
I see. Is she live on her side? Because I've had trouble getting her live stream up.
YouTube is having significant
YouTube's having issues right now for some reason.
And it's literally in general. It's across the board.
Okay. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Yep, Jamie, I hear you loud and clear. Yep, we can. Well, right now we can't. Okay, right now we can't pull up your stream because YouTube is having a lot of issues for some reason. But what I can do, if you give me just a second here, I'm gonna try to see what's going on. Hopefully everyone's able to watch us on YouTube right now. I'm not sure what's going on. Take a look at that for us real quickly here because I can't pull your stream up for some reason. But what I can do real quickly is I'm going to go ahead and we're fine. We're fine on there. Okay, so I will bring you into here and then I'll let you talk to our folks at this point. So hopefully everybody can hear you. Go ahead, Jamie.
Hey, so I am looking at this storm coming into Walnut Ridge. It does have a shelf cloud. I've got it pulled up on live. I know y'all can't see it. It's got some lightning. Again, a little bit of lowering. It's definitely it's trying to get its act together.
Yeah, I see
If
it.
y'all can see it, if y'all can see it on live. If not, I sent you a picture on message.
Yeah.
So just looking directly in front of me
So
next to this rain banner.
yeah, so Jamie, what we will do, since for some reason so what I want you to do is when I know you're trying to go live, in that live stream that you've got going on right now, kind of refresh the browser and try to go back live again, and that might fix the issue. But if that's not possible, that's fine. What we'll do is we'll have you get your photos and videos of the storm because it looks like it's starting to rotate. And we're gonna have to keep an eye on that because if that continues, that will be a problem for our folks in the Swifton area, the Cache area, possibly for our folks just to the west of the Jonesboro area here. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that. And Derek is monitoring the storm up there in northeastern Arkansas right now, which has a brand new tornado warning. If you want to talk to our folks about that, Derek.
Yeah, so we have a brand new warning.
Hey,
that
we have a
has- Yep.
tornado warning coming for Craighead County and Greene County.
There it is.
Yep.
Okay, and we've got Jamie's stream up here. So yeah, we've got a tornado warning coming for.
Okay, Elijah just said the stream's back.
Okay, so give me just a second,
Okay.
and I will.
All right, so
Okay.
first and foremost, we have a tornado warning that has been extended for our folks in Clay County as well. This goes for Greenway, Piggott, Pollard, St. Francis, Nimmons. You need to be in that safe place right now. My folks in Piggott, I'm getting very concerned. We are starting to see a couplet beginning to form tighter rotation here as the inflow increases. As I said, once the storm up north pulls away, we will start to see this storm get its act going again. There's nothing to its south to impede it. So this storm, if you live in Piggott, you need to be in a safe place right now. We've been preaching this for almost an hour now. You need to be in your safe place. Lowest level of your house, put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible.
I know Elijah said the stream was back. I'm not seeing it over here.
I've got it.
You've got it?
I've got it up too. Yep.
Okay, so what is going on here? Oh, that was the wrong one. That was the one from earlier.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the one from earlier. So I think she's still. She said she had to get out of it, so she's trying to go back live here. So we're gonna get that coming up here in just a little bit. But we now have a new situation here. We have a severe thunderstorm warning that has a destructive tag now in Lawrence and in Jackson counties. So we can talk to you guys about that. And that's going to be northeastern Independence County, south central Randolph County, eastern Izard County, Jackson County, Lawrence County, and Sharp County. It's going to go until 6:45. I do believe. Let me make sure that which one is considerable because there's one that's considerable destructive. Excuse me. Let me clear my radar off real quickly, and I think it's going to be for this one here. It's going to go. Yeah, it's going to go till 6:45. It's for destructive. 70-mile-per-hour winds and almost 3-inch in diameter hail coming in and turning Independence and do what?
I'll let bars down too.
Oh, okay.
Up here.
Okay. If you want to, yeah, you can go ahead. You go ahead for just a second. I got you. So we're gonna have to continue to monitor this real quickly here, guys. Like I said before, we got a tornado warning here, northeastern Arkansas. That's gonna go Clay County, and then we've got this one in here. That's gonna be for Lawrence. This one in here, like I said before, almost 3-inch diameter hail, and then you've got the tornado warning storm up here at this point. So my folks, I'm gonna put a track on this. And if you're in the path of this storm, you need to be. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you to kind of treat this as if it were a tornado because this is producing 70-mile-per-hour winds and the potential of almost 3-inch in diameter hail here. So we're gonna kind of take this. I'm gonna put about 30 miles per hour. So Black Rock's gonna be coming at you pretty much right now. Over towards Walnut Ridge, 646. The Egypt area is gonna be 650. Cache 655. Bono 704, and then downtown Jonesboro coming in at about 7:20 this evening here, guys. So, like I said before, we're working on getting Jamie's stream back up. Not sure what's going on here, but we can get that. We'll get that taken care of here. So she's working on getting that set up. Jamie, if you can let me know what's going on with that, I may be able to fix it from the studio. I'm not 100% sure yet what's going on here, but in the meantime, there's a track of the storm. What you got for me, Jamie? What's up? Okay, so right before you hit the live button, there's going to be. Remember, I told you yesterday about that orientation. Um, it's right before you hit live. That's where it's gonna. That's where it's gonna do it. So you have to set that up before you hit the live stream. So this is all new technology, by the way, Arkansas. It's all new stuff for us. So okay, all right. So let me know if you get that taken care of. If you need to send me a picture, okay. You need to send me a picture of that. I could probably either me or
And there's your
Elijah can help
warning.
you. So the tornado warning is going to be coming up.
For
John,
southern,
if you want to talk a little bit more about that, go ahead.
yeah, so the tornado warning for southern Greene County and eastern Arkansas and Craighead County and eastern Arkansas until 7:15 p.m. At 6:28, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Strawberry or 11 miles southwest of Lake Charles State Park, moving east at 70 miles an hour. Tornado and hail up to 2 inches in
Wow.
diameter. So this is something we got to watch out for flying debris. The locations include Crowley's Ridge State Park, Delphore, Lake City, Valley View, Egypt, Shug,
Yeah.
Cache, Gums Point, Jonesboro, Craighead Forest Park, and Laredo.
Okay. All right. So there's the new tornado warning here. That's going to go for downtown Jonesboro here. So Derek, if you get that situated over there, we've got a brand new tornado warning that's going to go for Jonesboro at this point here. Okay. So I need to fix Jamie's thing for some reason. It's not wanting to work. Whenever you get that set up, yeah, you've got it set up here. So
Hey,
okay.
hey, I have a
All right.
special
Sorry about
announcement
that,
here.
y'all. But
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, so the National Weather Service is telling everybody, all their partners and everybody, to advise people to stay indoors. Do not go outside. This health threat is very serious, and they're telling people to stay inside. Do not go outside.
Okay. And yeah, Jamie, I can hear you. I'm gonna work on trying to get that finished. Derek, if you want to talk more about that tornado warning at this current time, here. Go ahead.
yep. All right. So we have two different warnings in effect. Again, one for my folks in Clay County, and then of course, obviously, again for my folks here in Craighead and Greene County as well. Again, if you live in Jonesboro, I know we are weary from this anniversary, especially. For my folks in Clay County, my folks, to the south of Paragould, we have no warning sirens right now, so do not try to hear them because they will not go off. We just had a tornado 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Your sirens are not going to go off. As we always say, do not utilize sirens as a way to get your warning.
Right.
Now, that being said, my folks in Jonesboro, get to your safe place now. My folks in Bono, get to your safe place now. Brooklyn, etc. Same thing goes for my folks in Piggott. You should have been in your safe place already. My concern with this storm, especially, is it is gaining
Derek,
very strong rotation.
I'm gonna have to step away for just a second to help her out.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. So
Um,
I will be right back, guys.
Because she's also having
Yeah.
Dropbox issues as well,
Yeah.
getting her stuff up as well.
Okay.
So,
I will be right back, guys. Derek's got you covered.
all right, folks. So once again, we have two different warnings in effect. One here is for our folks up here just to the south of the Piggott area. This is currently going to be on the south side of Piggott. Again, this is moving in a direction that is going to take it just on the south side of town, folks. So once again, South 12th Street, just to give you a little bit of towns here, South Front Avenue. Again, South 12th once again here, folks. South 16th, once again, Poplar Street as well. So once again, it's on the south side of the Piggott area. Again, you see our rotation coming in here. This is going to be moving into the downtown Piggott area. So let's go on. Heritage Park Road.
Hey, Derek.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt you there.
You're good.
So we got another tornado warning that's going to be coming out here shortly. It's not been issued just yet, but it's going to be
Okay.
coming for Northern Greene and Clay counties. This will be near Pocahontas.
Okay.
Also, we're trying to get some more information on this Lawrence County, the storm in Lawrence County. A new destructive severe warning is coming out for Lawrence County with hail to the south and wind damage to the north.
Okay.
So they're going to be issuing that tornado warning once again for northern Greene County and Clay County near Pocahontas here directly.
All right. All right. So once again, focus on the right side of your screen. My radar's on the right side of your screen, and you can see all the storms on the left side of your screen as well. Again, Piggott, you need to be in your safe place right now, folks. This is a very, like John said, the National Weather is telling everybody do not go out and try to spot these storms. You need to be in your safe place. Lowest level of your house. Put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible. Again, pillows, blankets, helmets, mattress, whatever you can find to protect yourself. Head injuries are the very first thing we see when it comes to both tornadoes, damaging winds, and large hail. Again, so for my folks in the Piggott area, you need to be in a safe place right now. So now, once again, let's just zoom it out. Not only are we dealing there, but now for my folks, for my folks down here in the Jonesboro area, again, our signs are going off already. We have a threat of both damaging winds, large hail, and a tornado threat here as well. If you live in Cache, Egypt, Bono, Jonesboro, Lake City, Caraway, Brooklyn, you need to be in that safe place right now, lowest level of your house, and put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible. Again, this is a dangerous situation. 1 to 2 inch hail, coupled with a tornado threat. Let's just go on and look here as well. Not only do we have that threat, but folks, we have 70-mile-per-hour winds being detected with this storm as well. So this is a multifaceted storm, tornado threat, damaging wind threat, and large hail threat with this storm.
Yeah. And guys, I'm back. I just got Jamie set up, so she's got to walk out with the storm. So we're gonna go ahead and get her set up coming up here in just a second here. So you guys bear me for just a little bit. There's a lot of stuff that I'm trying to get her set up.
And there's your warning for
like
Clay County and Greene County.
And
we have a brand new warning that has just been issued for Clay County and Greene County as well.
Yep.
All right, so now we have 3 warnings that in effect.
Okay.
Again, for my folks in Paragould, get to your safe place right now. Lowest level of your house, put as many walls between you and outside as possible. This is coming from the northwest this time. So once again, no sirens are going to go off. We do not have, again, most of our folks here in Lawrence, in Greene County,
Okay.
if I remember right,
Got you.
do not have a way to get warnings off.
Yeah. So you guys give me just 1 second. I'm gonna get. Yeah, Jamie, your stream is perfect. We've got you. Give me 1 second here, guys, and we're gonna get this taken care of here. So 1 second, Rooney. It's gonna be here. Okay, and looks like we are good to go here. Yep, and she's got it. Oh, she's got it. There it is. Give me just 1 second, guys. We're gonna get this taken care of here. So, not sure what's going on. Why are you not? There we go. All right. Yep. All right. So, here we go. All right, Jamie, if you want to take over and kind of explain to folks what's going on at this current time. There you go.
What's your location right now? It'll be
About to cross over right in front of me, headed northeast.
Yep. All right. So for those that are wondering, we've got Jamie. She is in Walnut Ridge. She's pretty much looking at the storm. She's on Ridgecrest Drive. This is the area of rotation that we're keeping an eye on right now here. So if you know anyone in this area, they need to be taking their tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, and get to the lowest level of your home immediately at this current time here. Derek, if you've got me over there, I've got Jamie set up over here.
Yep.
And she's going to be kind of keeping an eye on
with
everything.
Elisha, as well, to be on standby.
Okay.
To head up.
Okay.
If we need to for the damage part.
Okay.
So
sounds like a plan here. So let me make sure that my Bluetooth and stuff is set up here, because I know John was trying to.
So we are currently.
Give me 1 second here. Okay. Okay. All right. Looks like we're good.
So once again, I just want to go over this again, Cam.
Yeah.
Just really fast. We had 3 different warnings in effect.
Yep.
One for the Piggott area in Clay County.
Mhm.
One for the very southern end of Clay County.
Should
most of Greene County,
Yep.
You're
and then of
coming
course,
out.
obviously, northern and central Craighead County.
Yep.
This does include my folks in Cache, Bono, Jonesboro, Black Oak, my folks in Paragould, my folks in Lamp, my folks in Rector, and of course, obviously, continuing my folks in the Pickett area. But that storm is beginning to move into Missouri. Our attention will start to shift south here.
Yep. So, John, I've got you back on here, by the way. If you want to go ahead, if you have anything you need to report at this current time.
Yeah, we're just watching this tornado warning that's in Greene County and Clay County. We're getting destructive winds in Lawrence County, so that'll be the one that's coming into Walnut Ridge, Midturn, Alicia, Sedgwick, Egypt, Bono. They're reporting destructive, damaging wind for that Lawrence County.
Wow. And if you give me 1 second, I can. And for those that are trying to figure out, where Jamie is at this point,
Have a definite
Yeah.
lowering.
give me
Here.
1 second. I can. I just pulled up her thing on here. So give me 1 second here. Yeah, she's gonna be.
Where am I at?
I have her. The funny part is I have her pulled up, but we have so many chasers that are out there right now. The feed is kind of a little bit skewed here. So if you guys give me just a second here, I think I see her. Yep, there it is. So she is pretty much right here, just pretty much in downtown Walnut Ridge right now here with this storm coming in. And Jamie, I know you're trying to get ahead of the storm here. We're going to keep an eye on it. That is what you're seeing right now is what we call a mesocyclone right in here. So you have one near Swifton, you have one near Walnut Ridge, and then you have another to the north and east. And all three of these are trying to battle to see which one's going to produce the tornado here. So anyone in the path of these storms need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, and get to the lowest level of your home immediately at this current time here, guys. So give me just 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and zoom this back down so you guys kind of see what's going on. We'll
What's
tilt
the
it as
location?
well. So that way folks can kind of see what's going on here. But this is going to be it right through here. Let's take a look right in here. I'm going to put the track at about 45 miles per hour. That's going to be the Hudson area, Mona, Paragould, the Brooklyn area, Jonesboro, Harrisburg, Lake City, Leechville, Bain, and also the Truman area. Any one of these areas, you need to go ahead and take your tornado precautions here. This is not only for just a tornado threat, but the destructive winds, 70 to 75 mile per hour winds, and also the potential of very large hail with these storms as they push off towards the east and into the northeast here, guys. So we're going to continue to monitor the situation. I've got Jamie. Jamie's on the phone. She's in Walnut Ridge. She's keeping an eye on these storms. Derek, are you seeing anything in terms of reports or anything
No,
on
sir.
your side? Go ahead.
No, sir.
Okay. All right. So, John, have you heard anything from the National Census? Go ahead.
Yes, so there is a fake text message going out for Pulaski County. So there is no tornado in Pulaski County. So if you got any kind of message or anything about Pulaski County, there is no tornado warning at this time in that area. We're not sure where that feed came from, but we're getting messages that a text message did go out for that.
Oh, man. Jamie, yes, we can hear you, by the way. You go ahead. What you got?
Hey, so if you can hear me, I'm going to back up north a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Try to just stick with her.
Okay. So you said you're headed back north, correct?
Yes, I'm headed back north.
Okay. She's got a structure on her. Right now, this is I don't want to be like, oh, hey, there's no tornado threat or anything like that. But what's going on is all these storms are fighting for the exact same environment. So this is about to be a really, really big wind machine up here in northeastern Arkansas. But we will have to watch out for the rotation as well here. So, Jamie, I don't know if you heard me or not, but we're going to continue to monitor the situation. I'm going to leave her stream up while she's still going up here in northeastern Arkansas. So, Derek, what do you got for me at this time?
I am updating our post on Facebook as well.
Okay.
Let them know, hey, we are still live.
Yeah.
Because we have had kind of a lag there where it's kind of gone out a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm just letting them know just to.
Okay. Is everything good over here?
Everything's good there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just double checking and making sure. So, right now, like I mentioned before, this is the track of the area here. What I'm going to do here real quickly here is this, because I think what's going on is we're streaming on so many platforms right now that some of them may be lagging between each other here.
Yep.
So give me just 1 second, and I'm gonna do this.
So we're gonna go back here. So what we're
So
gonna do,
yeah, do what?
all right. So what we're gonna do is one thing, Cameron, I do want to stress on is like you said, the wind.
Yeah.
Because the wind is a big deal with this event here.
Yeah.
Let's go and look. 60, 70. Walnut Ridge, 50, 70. Swifton, 70. Not only are you dealing with the potential of a tornado threat for my folks here in Fayette County, Greene County, Clay County, but the wind threat is significant with these storms again.
Can you hit F, Control F on your side over there?
Yes, I can.
And do it again. And then Control B. Actually, no, don't do that. We're good. We're good. Hit Control B again. You were good. You were good the first go around. There you go.
See how he does
All
it?
right. So it was just making sure that people can see see what's going on. So yeah, go ahead. So you were talking about the wind threat. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
So again, not only are we dealing with a tornado threat here,
Yeah.
but we're dealing with a damaging wind threat. Again, 60 to 80 mile per hour winds. These storms have formed into a line.
Yeah.
Again, so now you have a tornado threat to go with a damaging wind threat. We talked about this as well. If this was a possibility. Fortunately for us, it's happening much sooner.
Yeah.
This is what we like to see. It's happening much sooner.
Mm-hmm.
Does it continue? Or do we get individual cells start to pop up? With round 2 later this evening.
Right.
Something that we're going to have to keep watching. But right now, we are continuing to watch the areas from Jonesboro to Brooklyn to Paragould to Marmaduke to Rector and Piggott once again for this threat of both damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes.
Yeah. So right now, like I said, I'm still in communication with Jamie. She's just getting set up. Right now. Yeah. Oh wait, hang on, Jamie. I'm going back to you real quick. What did you? Go ahead. You're gonna have to repeat what you just said. I'm sorry.
So I pulled off the road for a second. Not sure what's going on, but there is an ambulance headed from Walnut Ridge, headed back up to O'Kane.
Oh, we have a tornado on the ground.
So I'm going to hang tight for just a second.
Oh,
Let it pass.
wait. Okay, so I've heard two different reports. I know you just said an ambulance, and then John, you said there's a tornado on the ground. Where is it? What do
Yeah,
you got?
so we just had a report come in from Clinton, Arkansas, tornado on the ground. It's now a funnel. It lifted. It was only on the ground for a few seconds. There's a
From
possible
Clinton.
tornado in Swifton. We have strong. There's reporting a wall cloud with heavy rotation near Swifton. So this is going to be south of Walnut Ridge.
It's
see if I got that on
it's
camera.
where she is. It's exactly where she is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where she is right now. She's positioned in that area. Yeah, Jamie, that might be in kind of what you were just saying. You said there was an ambulance. So, yeah, keep me updated on that, or what's going on at that point here. Like John just said, there was what was it? Radar confirmed, or what was it? Did someone actually see that tornado on the ground, John?
Yeah, so appears to be two different locations. So
Yeah.
the one that was on the ground was seen in Clinton, Arkansas, which is going to be over there in Van Buren County.
Yeah.
But there's this strong rotation, possible tornado in Swifton.
Oh wow. Oh man. So that's gonna be here. So there's Walnut Ridge. That's gonna be on the southern end on this line. So that's what I was meaning before. Is there's actually three different storms that are fighting for the exact same environment. So one of these could easily produce a tornado in any given moment. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on that with these storms as they continue to push out towards southeast. But regardless if this thing produces a tornado or not, 70-mile-per-hour winds and very large hail continues to be the story across our area here. It just continues to move on towards the east and the southeast here, guys. So we're going to zoom this out. Like I said before, this may have been earlier on. I think that report may have came from earlier on, by the way. And then there was one near Swifton. So it may have been from probably the one that came from Independence.
When you had that storm merger.
When you had the storm merger.
Yep.
That was from earlier on here. There's no current threat to Clinton, but that was probably from earlier on with these storms as they were moving off to the east.
Yes, and
here.
we're getting
So-
multiple reports. We're getting multiple reports of that near Swifton that was on the ground, but it did
Mhm.
lift. So right now there's a funnel. They're not saying where location, but there is currently a funnel cloud, but it did touch down briefly near Swifton.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so that's going to be it. I'm going to go ahead and, Derek, if you want to talk a little more about that rotation, you can. Hit Control B, by the way.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
I was battling her. Hit Control B.
Thank you.
Yep, you're good. You're good. All right, go ahead. And
All
I'll put a new track on this real quick. Yeah.
All right, so once again, we are continuing to track multiple different areas of rotation around the state. Again, we have a tornado warning here for my folks in Cricket County, for my folks in Greene County, for my folks in Clay County. Again, this is moving into an environment that is capable of both damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes. We have already had reports of a tornado in Swifton earlier that has since lifted. The good news is the rest of the state right now, we aren't seeing a thing. Our cap is holding extremely strong right now. Matter of fact, I'm staring at clear skies here.
I've got the sky cam up right now.
So, I mean, outside of our office. So hopefully this is a good sign that this may be our only round of severe weather this evening.
Yeah.
But once again, the threat does continue. Right now, my throat or my focus is on my folks in Northeast Arkansas, where we have multiple warnings in effect.
Yep. So I do have some good news to provide. Number one, there is a strong capping version in place, and it's continuing to build.
Oh wow!
This is something that we talked about as well. That what's going on is there's a difference between this system and the 14th.
Yep.
This is what we were trying to tell everybody over the last couple of days. That you don't put two storm systems together. You just don't. The 14th was a lot more dynamic. You had a lot more wind shear in place, and that's what led to the tornado outbreak.
Mm-hmm.
This go around, your energy is a lot more what we call subtle. And it's also moving away from Arkansas. So that means Northeast Arkansas is dealing with the tornado threat right now. And then what's going to happen is we'll keep an eye on those storms that may progress with the cold front. I'm not going to say anything, and I'm going to knock on wood on this.
Yeah.
Maybe an early night for Arkansas. We're going to keep an eye on it. Just for those that are praying that the cap holds in place, you keep on praying. Because the cap holding on is what's keeping this severe threat from really taking off across the state. But for our folks in northeastern Arkansas, unfortunately, you just got through dealing with the 14th. Now you're having to deal with more severe weather ongoing right now. If you see your city on this list, Paragould, Piggott, Jonesboro, Brooklyn, Bay, Harrisburg, Truman, Leachville, over towards the Gosnell area, take your tornado precautions now. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between yourself and the outside as possible, and get to the lowest level of your home immediately.
Hey, Derek.
Time. John, go ahead. You're good.
Yeah, so I can't share my screen with the public, but if you can take a look at my shared screen, we have a good image of this is going to be south of Newport. This is going to be heading toward Amagon, Waldenburg, soon coming into Weiner and Grubbs area. So this is so
it's gonna be this one.
Yep. But I can't show it to the public, but I just wanted to show you what we're looking at that's south of Newport.
Yeah, I see it.
So what's going to happen is, can you explain how these two storms are going to come together? Like, what happens if these two storms come together?
So what's going to happen is if they come together here, there's going to be a period. It depends. Every storm is different in its own nature. There's going to be a period where it merges. And for that period of time, it's not, your tornado threat's going to go down. You're going to have more wind and hail, stuff like that. But then the merger is going to complete itself. Now, the question is, where does it complete? Is it going to be? We had to put this. We talked about this like 30 or 40 minutes ago. What happens is once they complete, especially if your environment supports it, you can get a pretty decent tornado threat out of it because you will have a localized area of what we call storm relative helicity, and that will make the storm rotate, and that could lead to a higher tornado threat, more localized with that storm once it's completed. But the question is, when does it merge, and how long does the merging process take? Because I have seen situations where a storm gets going, and a storm gets going, they merge, and it just doesn't happen. So you just have to wait and see. But in this type of environment, once the merger is complete, it'll have its own inflow and stuff like that, and that's where you'll have to watch for that tornado threat across the board here. And yeah, Bono. Yeah, I sent her to Bono earlier on, and that's gonna be it. So she's headed to Jonesboro right now to kind of keep an eye on that storm here. But folks, just kind of anchoring on what we've been talking about. If you are in the path of these storms, take your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows. get to that lowest center part of your home and put as many walls between yourself and the outside as possible here. I want to make that crystal clear, my folks here in Northeastern Arkansas. Also, I am fully aware that the storm anxiety in Central Arkansas is through the roof right now. It is the anniversary of March 31st. That's coming up tomorrow. Everybody's nerves is through the roof. It's shot. I want to stress right now, this is in Northeastern Arkansas. This is not in Little Rock or in Hot Springs or anywhere in those areas. It is in Northeastern Arkansas. What you can do right now in Little Rock, if you're watching this in Little Rock or in El Dorado or in Texarkana, share this live stream, because that's going to get the information out to those that are in the path of these storms up here in Northeastern Arkansas. Similar to what you guys did on the 14th. Every time you hit that share button, it gets it out more, and it gets more people informed here, guys. Okay, so if y'all can do that for me, I would really, 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 really appreciate it. But right now, we're tracking these storms up here in Northeastern Arkansas. Everybody else, keep those prayers coming, because right now, we've got a cap in place, and it is holding on for dear life. And if we can buy just enough time for the cold front to push through, I was safe to say, I think about 75, maybe 80% of the state will probably get away with not seeing severe weather today, and that's good. But we'll
Hey,
keep
Derek.
an eye on it here. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, so can we zoom in on Derek's radar to see if there's a debris signature on Egypt? It looks like we have some very strong rotation near Egypt.
Great.
This
Yeah,
is going to
let me
be north of Cache, south
Oh,
of
no.
Sedgwick area.
Yes.
Yep,
Jonesboro.
Jonesboro.
Yep.
Yep. And
Jamie needs to get
Jamie,
Jonesboro
where are you
as
right
fast as you
now?
can. My fucking cash. Take your cover now.
Okay, hang on. Okay,
Okay,
there we
go
go.
back to it again.
I'm going back to her stream
Go
real
back to it
quickly here.
again,
Yep, Jamie.
I'm behind.
Lot
Yeah,
of
I'm
radar
behind it.
overlap right now.
Okay.
But just to the west of Cache, south of Egypt. Let's go back to our rotation strength here. Cameron's going to pull up his debris tracker.
Yes, sir.
Folks,
Yes.
right here. This is just west of Jonesboro. This is just north of Cache.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on and put some roads on there as well.
Oh, it's got a tornado debris signature
Yep.
right there.
Folks, this is on Craighead roads. This is on 157
Yeah.
and 168, folks. This is exactly right now just to the north of Cache. So I want to reiterate
I'm
this,
gonna
folks.
go ahead and go over to Memphis's radar.
All right.
Get a better visual.
State
of it.
Highway 226 is right here. This is the highway that leads into Jonesboro.
Yeah.
Okay? I want you to reiterate this. State Highway 18 comes out of Jonesboro. Folks, if you live in this area, you need to be in your shelter right now. My folks in Jonesboro, this goes for Arkansas State University as well. You know, we are coming back off of spring break. We have a lot of folks coming in. Get to shelter now. It is Sunday night. You need to be in a safe place right now, folks. This is just north of Cache.
Yeah.
Just south of Bono.
Mhm.
It's moving due east-southeast. So
Yeah.
get to the safe place immediately.
Yeah. And Jamie, can you still hear me? I don't know. If
Yeah, I'm good. I can hear you.
Okay. All right. You're on live right now. If you want to kind of explain what's going on the ground, I know you're behind it in Walnut Ridge, but you're trying to get there as quickly as you
Yes.
can.
I'm trying to get there as quickly as I can. If you can see it on my live stream, I know there's a train blocking it, but there is a massive structure.
Oh yeah, yeah. We can see a lot. We got you on the live stream right now here, and this is like I said, folks. It's in Walnut Ridge on Northwest Front Street in Walnut Ridge. She's making her way down to try to tackle this tornado warning storm here. I want to make this crystal clear. She is a professional storm chaser. She has experience. She's trained to do stuff like this. We do not want the general public out in this situation here, guys. We want you to take your tornado precautions immediately. We talk about this all the time on our graphics. Unless you are a trained spotter that has done this for several years, you do not need to be out in this situation here. If you are under the tornado warning right now, you need to get to the lowest center part of your home, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, and get to the lowest level of your home immediately here. Jamie, I should have kept you in Bono because right now that rotation is starting to get going near the Bono area here. So where exactly, I'm not terribly familiar with Northeast Arkansas. She's on West Pine Street in Walnut Ridge.
Okay, so
Yeah, so
I am
she,
turning on
so Cameron,
63 south.
so
I'm gonna
she's
take a
looks
little
like she's
detour.
driving southbound, and she'll be coming up to the Highway 63 here
Sam,
momentarily.
can you hear me?
So she'll be getting on
Hey.
that to go south to Bono.
Okay, all right. So she's
Yeah.
on the way. Okay, so she's on the way. Yeah, Jamie, we can hear you loud and clear. Sorry, it was John was talking and you were talking at the same time.
Yep, you're good.
What do you
I'm
got?
on 63.
all right, real
Like
quick,
said,
I
I'm
want
taking
to
a
go and
little
give a first alert to my folks in Harrisburg, Cherry Valley, and potentially Cross County towards Wynn. We have a wall cloud that has been reported in between Weldon and Newport from multiple chasers to the south there. There is no warning on this storm. There's no thunderstorm warning, no tornado warning, any of it. But sirens, local authorities have gone on and sounded the sirens there.
Okay.
So just to throw that out as well. So we're starting to see, some of our worst fears for Northeast Arkansas come to fruition once again
Yeah.
as things begin to increase.
Yeah, and that's what I was worried about. The longer these storms took to get out of Arkansas, the more time they were going to have to really get that environment going.
Jamie is coming down 63 right now on Sedgwick.
Yeah.
We have very strong rotation developing.
So she's paralleling
Yes.
the rotation itself. So she's coming in. Oh wow.
It should be crossing right in front of her in a matter of moments.
Yeah. She's in hot seat right now, so she's going to be able to see it on air.
Okay.
So Jamie, we're going to keep you on air.
Yeah.
And folks, like I said, this is Arkansas Weather Watchers. I'm Chief Forecaster Cameron. This is Derek. We got John here, and we have our storm chaser Jamie. Jamie, you should be seeing it coming up here in just a little bit. The structure of this thing here, it's going to be rotating. It's going to be like, for folks that are watching this, it's going to be on the right side of her screen because she's coming down hot seat. I see her right now. That's going to be moving towards Cedric. And then she's going to be moving into the Bono area here. So we're going to keep an eye on that right now here. But folks, if you are in this tornado warning right now, that's Jonesboro, Brooklyn, you need to be taking your tornado precautions now. I want to make this crystal clear. She is a professional storm chaser. She has done this for several years. You do not need to be outside during this type of situation.
Nope.
You need to be taking your tornado precautions now. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between yourself and the outside as possible, and get to the lowest level of your home immediately at this current time. It looks like she's pulling off to kind of get yeah. Go ahead, Jamie. Go ahead.
I'm doing something a little unconventional. I'm doing something a little unconventional, but I'm trying to get you a visual right here.
Okay.
To the right side of me, so if you can see this thing.
That's it. She's got it right on there. That's it. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be your rotation. That's gonna be your mesocyclone right there. Oh wow. Wow. That's gonna be it. Matter of fact, hey, I think there's a lowering right there in the center part of your screen here, Jamie. That's going to be it, folks. You're looking at this live on Arkansas Weather Watchers. This is your storm right here. You need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between yourself and the outside as possible. Get to the lowest level of your home immediately at this current time here. You're looking at it as clear as day, guys. That is your mesocyclone. That is what's going to be causing the tornado potential with this. Great job, Jamie, getting that structure shot on air. Continue to track this, and you be safe out there, by the way, as well. I know you've done this for several years, but safety is just as important to our team as well. So you be safe out there. But folks, if you know anyone in this area, they need to be taking their tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get to the lowest level of your home immediately. And wow, Jamie, there's your shot. There's your shot right there. She's got a live. She's got a live on air. That's going to be your shot right in here. Take your tornado precautions immediately, guys. Jamie, if you can kind of hold that steady for a little bit. I'm not sure. I don't even have it on here. Give me a second. It's going to be. I'm going to get the rotation tool on here so folks kind of see what's going on. But right now, you need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between yourself and the outside as possible. And get to the lowest level of your home immediately at this current time here. So I just got the rotation tool. What you guys are seeing on air is what we call a mesocyclone. So you're seeing the storm itself rotate across board. What you're seeing on Derek's screen is what you're seeing on the ground right now here. You're seeing that storm rotate. And right now, unless you've got any reports of this thing being on the ground, and Jamie, you can feed in as well. If you see this on the ground, you let us know too. But right now, that's going to be your mesocyclone in place, and that's what's going to lead to that tornado potential in this area. So anyone in the Jonesboro area, the Bono area, they need to be taking their tornado precautions now. Get away from windows, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, and get to the lowest level of your home immediately at the current time here. Derek, on to you.
John's got something.
Okay, he's on the phone. He's on the phone right now.
Okay.
So I've got him muted. So
Okay.
you go ahead.
All right. So once again, folks, as we are talking about, this is for this storm here. Again, you see a classic. This is what we call a classic bookend vortex on a line of storms. So that being said, Sedgwick to Bono, you need to be in a safe place right now, folks. This is going to cross. This is going to cross right here, U.S. Highway 63. Highway 63 that runs between Walnut Ridge and Jonesboro.
Yep.
My folks in Jonesboro, just for future reference, U.S. Highway 91.
Yep.
County Road 307. Just a State Highway 49, folks. So again, Brooklyn. This is north of Jonesboro at this time. However, if you are in Jonesboro, please keep your tornado precautions because this is a very, very, very dangerous storm.
Yeah, I'm putting the track on it, by the way, guys. There's just a lot of moving parts right now. If one of my guys, I'm actually going to send this in the chat. If one of my guys can get this posted on the page, that would be amazing. Because I know we have a lot of people that are asking right now, like, where is this going on and stuff like that. That's going to be the track. So, folks, if you know anyone in these areas that need to be taking their tornado precautions immediately, get away from windows, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, get to that lowest level of your home immediately at this time. So I'm going to go ahead and, if you give me just 1 second, my thing just crashed. It's going to be, Heidi, hang on just a second. I can get you the exact thing here in just a second here. So you're going to have to give me just a little bit. This thing crashed on me. And we're going to get this back up here. So I'm going to go back over to Jonesboro real quickly here. It's going to be coming up here just a moment. And I'm going to put the track once again here. So I'm going to go back over to the normal way we look at radar. It's going to be coming up. All right. And I'm going to put the track here. So come here for just a moment. And this is going to be it right in here. Okay. So moving about 35 miles per hour. Hope you guys can see this right here. So Jonesboro. Okay. Hang on, John. I'm trying to do three things at once here. So 1 second. Okay. All right, so I've got this. Heidi, that screenshot's coming your way in just a second. I've got the track. John, I'm turning you back on because I know you were on the phone. Go ahead. You're on. You've got the mic.
Yeah, so the National Weather Service in Memphis is going to be issuing a tornado downstream for Craig County and Mississippi County. This is the storm that we're tracking. Let's see here. That's going to be west of Bono. That should be coming into Jonesboro here directly.
Okay. Sounds like a plan here, guys. So that's going to be it. Like I said, folks, you need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between yourself and the outside as possible, and get to that lowest level of your home immediately. Heidi is getting on the page, and I want to stress this as well. A lot of people are tuning in. We're going to be watching this. She's going to have
there's the warning.
There's the warning. She's going to have the post on the page, so that way folks that are in Jonesboro get the exact timing here. For Jonesboro, it is right on top of you right now. You need to be getting into your safe spots now. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get to that lowest center part of your home. I want to make this crystal clear. Get to that center, lowest part of your home at this current time. Jamie is on track with this right now. She's keeping an eye on it, feet to the ground. We're watching. I've got radar up. Derek's got the rotation. We are keeping an eye on this storm here. You need to watch this very, very closely. But folks that are in the Jonesboro area, you need to be taking your tornado precautions now. Derek, what do you have on your side?
All right. So once again, folks, continuing to monitor this storm closely. Again, Jamie, if she can hear us as well.
Yeah, she can hear us.
Okay. So we probably need to transition her closer to the Jonesboro area as this storm continues to push with it, kind of follow along with it. Because it can produce tornado at any point in time. We're not seeing any strong indications yet, Karen, but from my folks in Jonesboro, my folks in Brooklyn, my folks in Lake City, everybody I just named, very tornado weary, very, very, very tornado weary. This is the 5-year anniversary, weekend of that storm.
Yeah.
As well. Again, no tornadoes, no two storms are alike, two totally different situations. But again, we are talking about a lot of the same towns, a lot of the same areas. Just since 2020, we have dealt with almost 130 tornadoes in the state of Arkansas. We are very weary, folks. But again, we're here. We're going to keep you safe. We're going to keep monitoring this. We have Jamie on the storm, eyes on the ground.
Eyes on the ground.
We have multiple people on air now watching this storm as well. John, if you have to take shelter, do it. And we will be here and keep you updated because again, this is going to track very close to John as well.
Yeah.
Our folks in Northeast
You
Arkansas.
know what? You go ahead. I need to talk to Dustin.
Yep.
And
So our Northeast Arkansas backup studio is there.
yeah.
If you can hear me,
So yep.
Hang on. Sorry. Jamie was trying to. Jamie, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm not trying to interrupt Derek. I was going to tell you something off air, just letting you know that I am headed on 63 South, headed back to get around it again.
Okay. All right. So just let me know.
Sorry, Derek.
Yeah. Let me know when you get back in position, and we'll go from there.
Well, there. Sorry about that.
Okay, nope, you're good. You're good. All right, so we're gonna go back over here, and you guys, give me just 1 second. I'm gonna switch this back over to my radar here. There we go. Now we got it pulled up here now. So we got the dual radar back, and this is gonna be it, guys. Like I said, anyone in these areas, they need to be taking their tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows, put as many walls in you and the outside as possible, and get to the lowest level of your home immediately here. So what I'm gonna do. Derek, if you can take over for just a little bit, I've got to call Dustin because he's in church. He's pastor. He's in church, and there's obviously a tornado warning for that area.
So it's just north of Truman. It's going to track just north of Truman.
Okay.
Yes, just north, but close.
Yeah,
Close enough.
I'll give him a phone call.
All right. So my folks in Jonesboro, 7:17. That is 6 minutes from now. Brooklyn, 7:23. Bay, 7:28. Bowman, 7:30.
Hey,
Lake
buddy,
City,
there's
7:33.
a
Black Hawk is 7:39. Caraway 7:44. Manila 7:54. 804 Dell. Again,
Okay.
this is a radar indicated area of rotation. We also have winds at extra 70 miles per hour with the storm as well. So we have a multifaceted event with this
Sounds like a
storm.
plan.
We
Appreciate it, bro.
are continuing to
All right, bye-bye.
watch it.
Yes, sir.
We are continuing to monitor it. Again, your strongest area of rotation is just north of Jonesboro
Yep.
at this time.
Yeah, so what I want you guys, so what I just did, that Dustin's one of our forecasters here at Arkansas Weather Watchers. I gave him a phone call. Obviously he's a pastor. He has a congregation. He's got a lot of folks that are there. He's getting them situated and everything like that. I want you guys to do the exact same thing I just did. Anyone in the Jonesboro area, Lake City, Brooklyn, give them a phone call, blow them up, do whatever you got to do to get them to safety here, guys. That is
Hey, Cameron.
all we're about at this point. John, go ahead. I'm
Hey,
sorry. I see you
no, no.
talking. You can go ahead.
No, it's okay. So there's people in the comments saying the sirens are going off, but nothing is happening. That's because that is the warning that people are giving you to take your shelter, get into your safe spot. So just because there's a tornado siren going off outside doesn't mean that it's happening in your area at that very moment. That's telling you to take warning, take shelter, that it's coming. So just I think people are confused just because you hear a siren and there's nothing happening. I mean, that's the warning they're giving you.
So what's going on is this warning has been out for over an hour.
Yeah.
And the storm slowed down.
Yeah.
And now it's picking up speed again. So that's what's happened is the warning has been out for quite some time. Folks, I want to reiterate this once again. Okay? The National Weather Service has stated, do not go out and try to see this storm. 2-inch hail will hurt. I've been there, I've done that. Cameron's been there and done that. Okay? Damaging winds, large hail, tornadoes. This is a multifaceted threat, folks. This is a dangerous situation. My folks in Jonesboro, my folks in Brooklyn, my folks in Lake City.
Yeah.
I would expect you to take shelter more than anybody.
Yeah.
And again, we preach safety. We just dealt with a tornado outbreak there 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Folks, Wednesday we're going to be looking at another one.
Wednesday, I'm just gonna be transparent with everybody. Wednesday is gonna be a much higher threat than what we're dealing with right now, folks. Your life is in your own hands when it comes to severe weather. We can preach all day long about seeking shelter and doing this and doing that. It is in your hands. At the end of the day, it is in your hands. What we can tell you is, hey, there's a tornado warning in place, but what you do with that information is what you do with it. That's just how it is at the end of the day. So, folks, I want to make this crystal clear. Unless you are a trained weather spotter like Jamie and like several others that I know personally up here in Northeast Arkansas that's chasing right now, you do not need to be outside. This is not a TikTok challenge. This is not trying to go viral, trying to get, the views and stuff on social media. This is about putting your life and everybody else's life at risk. Okay? You need to be seeking shelter immediately. We just got through dealing with a tornado outbreak. That
So
should
we
be
have an
safety
update
should
when
be
you're
the
ready.
number one thing on everybody's mind right now. You need to take your tornado precautions, guys. Okay? Go ahead, John. What you got for me?
Yeah. So
What you
this
got for the update?
so this circulation that's in Craighead County,
Mhm.
the latest scan is going to be northwest for the northern Jonesboro folks. So
Yeah.
those folks that are north of Jonesboro need to take cover immediately. We have circulation broaden on the last scan. So this is Derek. You got it right on your spot there on your map.
Yep.
So we're going to be going into the Brooklyn community here directly.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I've zoomed this down to a more of a local area. Sorry, I'm gonna have to take the track off, but this is like life or death right here, guys. This is pretty much right on Highway 141. Derek's got it even more zoomed down for you. What we can do, Derek, I got a great idea. You want to take the county local roads? I'll take the highways with this right now. So this is gonna be Highway 41. That's going to be, I believe, Highway 351 over here. There's Brooklyn. That's Highway 49 right now here. This is all north of Jonesboro. So anyone in this area that is north and west of Lake City, Brooklyn, you need to be in shelter now. Like if you are in Brooklyn, do not try to go outside and see this for yourself. Don't even waste time trying to go outside and everything like that. You need to be seeking shelter immediately. You need to get to that lowest center part of your home now. Don't waste any time, because this is right on top of you at this point. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take where that area of rotation is right here. And what I'm going to do is if we do this, that way we try to give a specific where this location is, where it's going. I'm going to take this area of rotation that you see right here, and I'm going to put a track just for the rotation itself. Not talking about the hail potential or the wind potential or anything like that. I'm just going to put it just for the tornado potential itself, and that's going to be it. So Brooklyn, you have 16 minutes to get to shelter, and probably less time than that. Let's cut 5 minutes off, because you're going to have to take time to get into that safe place and everything like that. Or if you're traveling, let's call it 10 minutes to be safe. Okay. Black Oak 7:52, Leedsville coming at you about 8 o'clock. This area here, like I said before, we just got through dealing with, what happened on 14. This is the anniversary. What happened, in 2023 with the tornado outbreak out here in Northeast Arkansas, but Central, and then the 2020 tornado outbreak up here as well. So my folks up here near Brooklyn, that's Highway 49. You need to be seeking shelter now. Go ahead, Derek.
My folks in Brooklyn, folks, I don't like what I am seeing on here. Let's go look at our rotation. Let's go look at our debris.
Yeah.
I
got you on here, yeah.
So the best news I have for this, there is no debris signature. That's a good thing.
That's great.
However, let's go back to our rotation strength. Folks, very strong rotation is developing on this storm. Okay? This means Brooklyn, you need to be in your safe place now, folks. We are going to preach this and preach this and preach this, folks. We do not hype events. We do not, exaggerate events. But what we do is we believe in safety. We want to keep you safe. That is what we are going to do, folks, is keep you safe here at Arkansas Weather Watchers. Again, my folks in Brooklyn, lowest level of your house. Put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible. A storm shelter, basement, middle part of your house. Do not leave any outside wall near you, because that is where your most injuries come from.
Yeah. So I'm double checking a couple things right now here. One thing, give me just 1 second here. So outside looking at Jonesboro, looking back to the north, Dustin's got an amazing shot of the wall cloud that is outside of Jonesboro, looking back north. Jamie, are you? Yeah, I hear you, Jamie. Are you live, by the way? I'm not seeing your stream. Okay. give me just a second here. For some reason, your stream is not pulling up. You may have to do what we did
YouTube
earlier.
hates us.
Yeah, YouTube is having fits right now. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But let me do this. Let me do this real quickly here. And
Hey, I have a live video feed from Bo Hickey with firstregional.com.
yes,
He
sir.
is
One of our
live.
sponsors.
He's going to be um, near Lake City, I think.
Okay.
So
All
we have a
right.
video stream that's going to be the one that's coming up to Brooklyn now.
Okay.
He's
All
okay.
right.
He's going to be on 18 west of Lake City, looking toward Brooklyn.
Okay. All right. So just let me know, John. I think I can screen share your stuff as well. We can have that footage up on there as well. So give me just 1 second. I think is this it right here. That I'm seeing on our thing.
Yeah, I've got it shared on my screen.
You've got to share it up. Okay. All right. Give me just 1 second, guys. I'm gonna do something real quickly here. So this is gonna be. Is he on Spotter Network, by the way? Because if he is, I can pull his location.
Oh, I did. No,
Okay.
probably not.
All
He's
right.
on Facebook Live.
Okay. All right. So give me just
You
1
may send
second.
you a link.
We'll get. All right. Let me get this going real quickly here. Okay. Yep. So I see your screenshot. I've got it. I've got it pulled up.
Oh,
Okay. So
well,
that's gonna be it. Okay.
oh, he is on. No, he's not on Spotter Network, but he is west of Lake City, east of Jonesboro, looking toward Brooklyn. I think
Okay.
he's just talking to some people on his live feed.
Okay, all right, that's fine. And just let me know whenever he's ready, and we can go from there. But that's gonna be what you seeing over there, Derek. What you got?
Trying to pull. What I'm doing is right now I'm looking at any of our our cameras as well.
Yeah.
I know Jamie's coming down as quick as she can and getting across lots of hail as well.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing is that safety is the biggest thing now.
Mm-hmm.
So continuing again, no hard dog cameras in direct view of this storm.
Okay.
So we're gonna keep watching that as well.
Yeah.
So again, just look at no, definitely. Okay, so we're gonna keep watching that as well. But once again, folks, I want to reiterate this very strongly. It's still broad, but it's still there.
Yeah.
If this ever wraps around and gets centered, that is when we really need to be watching the storm. But again, if you live in Brooklyn, if you live in the northern edges of Jonesboro, this is going to be on the northeastern side of Jonesboro, folks.
Mm-hmm.
U.S. Highway 49 here. Again, so once again, U.S. 49, Cara Drive, State Highway 351. This is crossing just on the northeastern side of Jonesboro. I mean, this is just on the northeastern side of the Jonesboro area.
Yeah, that's gonna be it right there, guys. That's just northeast side of Jonesboro, southwest of Brooklyn, right now here. So that's gonna be it, folks. I've got the track. I'm gonna go ahead and put a brand new track on here.
To our moderators, we are getting a guy by the name of Johnny Tyler that is going in there and harassing a bunch of our followers and stuff.
Oh, that's an instant block.
Okay, so we need to get him.
Okay.
So
All right. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's an instant block. Folks, grow up. Just grow up. This is not the time for that kind of stuff. It's live safety information being sent to you. This is not the time for all that. Okay, it's not. So yeah, one of my moderators get that taken care of. I appreciate it. You can go find another weather source.
His camera is looking north now toward that storm in Brooklyn.
Okay. All right. And I've got the track. That's going to be Black Oak. That's going to be the Leachville. And that's, oh man, that is almost reminiscent.
He's back online.
Yeah, I saw. It's almost reminiscent to that December 10th, 2021 track where it went through northeastern Arkansas, went through Mississippi County up here, guys. So, like I said, folks, if you're in this area, you need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. Get away from windows, put as many walls to you, be outside as possible. Get to that lowest center part of your home immediately here. I got Jamie up. Give me just 1 second. There she is. So, Jamie, give me just 1 second. I'll get you back up and running. If you give folks a heads up of what's going on right now here. So, give me 1 second. And it's going to be here. And, all right. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to switch over. And Okay. All right, Jamie, I can hear myself on your side here. If you can take me off of the speaker. So, all right, give me one
There we
second.
go.
You're good. You're good. All right, Jamie, you can go ahead. What you got for me?
We are north of Bono, headed back into the storm. Right now, just a lot of wind and rain, trying to get back on top of it.
Okay. All right, so she's
Got a
in.
lot of emergency management people that are passing me right now. Fire trucks are ready to roll. We've seen several on standby, just waiting, ready to act.
Okay. All right. That's amazing. I'm glad we got those emergency management people standing by. Obviously we're still continuing to keep an eye on this. This is I don't want to say no to the tornado threat right now, but this is starting to become what we call a QLCS wind back. Basically, you're going to have 60 to 70 mile per hour winds with this storm, and then you're going to have to watch along the line itself for the area of rotation up here in northeastern Arkansas, because all these storms are fighting for the exact same environment, right? So you got a lot of storms that's going to be pushing through this area here. That's mainly going to be a wind, hail, in that isolated, what we call QLCS type tornado potential here. So if you're not tornado warning right now, I need you to stay where you are. If you're in Jonesboro, I need you to hunker down. Don't try to go outside and see it. You're definitely not going to see it now because it's rain wrapped now. It's no longer a cell by itself. It is now rain wrapped. So you're not going to see this or anything like that. So you need to hunker down, stay where you are. If you're traveling, find a gas station, grocery store, etc. I want to make this crystal clear as well. Jamie is a professional storm chaser. She has done this for several years. She's Skywarn certified. She has CPR certified. She is someone that needs to be out there, not someone that doesn't have those credentials, guys. So make sure that if you're under this tornado warning, or even if you're under tornado warnings outside of it, you need to be inside. You need to be away from those windows here at the Pier 4 here. So, Derek, we are not looking at the north.
I am not doing that.
Okay, so Jamie, once you get into a decent spot, just holler at me, and we'll switch back to you coming up here in just
Sounds
a little
good.
bit. All right, so yep. So we're gonna go back over to our dual radar real quickly here, guys. Like I mentioned before, we're gonna kind of keep an eye on this storm here. I want to zoom out because I know there's a lot of people that are kind of on edge in central Arkansas or elsewhere across the state.
It's coming.
Fortunately,
Yeah. This is the best news we've
this
seen.
is the best news we've got. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I mean, your cold front is basically halfway across the state right now. And what we're seeing is no storms. I mean, other than
I'll take
northeast
it.
Arkansas,
Yep.
we are seeing a very lack of storm coverage. Now, that being said, data did not really take those off until after 9 o'clock. So it's something we have to watch. You're spending round one in northeast Arkansas, and then you have the main thing all develop at once and move across southern Arkansas, far to central. So again, we have a long way to go.
Yep.
But knock on wood, so far so good.
Yep, so far so good. So we're gonna continue to monitor. Like I said before, I've got Jamie in my ear. She's gonna let me know if she sees anything on the ground or anything like that. We're still rocking and rolling on Roku and Fire TV. I do want to kind of like take a breather for just a little bit, kind of introduce ourselves. I'm Chief Forecaster Cameron. That's Derek, our owner, director of Arkansas Weather Watchers. We have John here, director of media and forecasters. We also have Jamie. She's our certified storm chaser. We also have Heidi, Kim, Taylor, Dustin. We have an entire fleet of moderators and forecasters that are working behind the scenes, answering your questions, getting us reports into the Weather Center and stuff like that here. So just a full roster, full team coverage of what's going on right now, and talking about the storms ongoing in eastern and northeastern Arkansas. My folks in central and southern Arkansas, I'm not going to sound y'all clear, but keep praying. Keep praying, because that cap is holding on strong right now. And I think and we'll talk more about this in the post-storm analysis there. Your storm system is pivoting away from Arkansas this go around instead of punching in.
Right.
So that's leaving the cap in place, and that's what's keeping central and north Arkansas from really seeing anything. Central and southern Arkansas from seeing anything, but northeastern Arkansas is taking a brunt right now because you're under all that upper level influence at this point. Go ahead.
Never thought I would see a teacup size hail report.
Teacup size hail.
3-inch hail report coming out of Jackson County.
Okay. All right.
That's first.
That's the first for me. You have your DVD size hail now. So now we're doing teacups. I think, John, you said something about lemon size hail earlier. So yeah, we're just We're just our metric system. We're just throwing everything out there. And I know Elijah got an amazing shot from Cabot from that storm. That is in southwest White County right now. It's not warned or anything.
Yep.
But he got an
So,
amazing shot from that.
so Cameron, they're asking if Dustin's okay since you talked to him, and also the National Weather Service is replacing the tornado warning in Craighead County with a severe thunderstorm warning.
Okay. First and foremost, guys, Dustin is okay. Like I said before, what he was doing, he had a congregation. He was getting the folks into safety and everything like that. That's why I gave him a phone call. He was already fully aware that there was a tornado warning for his location. I was just confirming to make sure he knew, because sometimes, when you're in one of those services, you're not on your phone. So I was making sure that he knew that there was a warning. He got those folks to safety. We're all good. I've heard back from him. He's actually going to be, if coverage continues, he's actually going to be tuning back in with us once he gets home and settled and everything like that. So I appreciate y'all, reaching out and asking if he was okay and stuff like that. That means a lot to us. And then also, like you said before, we're keeping an eye on these storms up here. This is mainly becoming, like I said, what we call a kill CS, kind of those within the line, that rotation. We'll have to keep an eye on here. Jamie is still en route. We're still getting things set up here in northeastern Arkansas, but so far so good. I mean, they just put a special weather statement for the one in Searcy. That's in White County, by the way, southwestern White County. But right now, that's the one near BB, just to the west of BB, or just to the north of Cabot. That's that storm that Elijah sent.
Yep.
That's really gone up in the atmosphere. But
Okay, so
but yeah.
Elijah has a photo now
Okay.
on the Dropbox that just came up.
Okay.
So we can get that one on there
Okay.
of the storm forming, and
Okay.
you can see the
That's
cap
gonna be
breaking.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's gonna be after we get past the
Yeah,
tornado.
yeah.
The tornado warning's up here.
Hey,
But I can't
Cameron.
get that on there. What's up, John?
Hey, so this is unofficial. So I'm not sure if this is official. This is unofficial. We have a volunteer fireman that has reported to local media west of Fisher. We have a rope tornado visible on the ground, debris visible. So this is going to be at Fisher. This is going to be the one that's going to be west of Harrisburg. That's coming into Waldenburg.
Yeah.
That's the second time we've gotten a report off of that storm,
Yep.
and there's still no warning on it.
Yep. Yep. It's right here. It's gonna be that storm right there, just northwest of Cherry Valley.
All right, now we're getting multiple
All right, my
reports
folks in
of
Waldenburg,
rotation from
Fisher,
that area.
Harrisburg. Yeah, we need to.
Yeah.
So this is the second time I've seen that now.
Yeah. So you've got what's called oh, I see what's going on here. That's why that storm's taking off. You got a bookend vortex developing just to the northeast of Jonesboro.
Yep.
So that's acting as a localized area for your tornado potential with this cell. So it's not merging. So John, remember that conversation we just had about 15, 20 minutes ago? Yeah, the merger. Yeah. So apparently it didn't happen. And what's going on is you have this storm pulling out right here. It's going to be moving into Mississippi County. It's acting like a little localized low pressure, little bookend vortex. And
That'll be Poinsett County.
That's going to be so this storm in here, I wouldn't be surprised if that wasn't if that
All right,
wasn't
so the
that, 'cause
funnel-
it's acting as a
So the tornado has lifted. They're
Okay.
saying, so this is live data. So volunteer firemen reported that the funnel, that the tornado has lifted and it's now a funnel and it's no longer on the ground.
Okay, folks, I want to make this crystal clear. Stop trying to go outside and look for this tornado. Okay, I don't know why this is a case now. I don't understand it. I don't get it, folks. Your safety comes first. How many times we've got to tell you guys about taking shelter, about listening to us when it comes to tornado safety here. This is not something that you do not want to play with if you have no idea we've done this before. Jamie is a storm chaser, a professional storm chaser that has done this for several years, okay? This is a situation that you are not going to see the tornado coming. Let me make that clear. You are not going to see the tornado coming. Stop trying to go outside and look for it because you're not going to see it until it's too late. Every time you go outside, you're putting everybody else's life at risk if this thing touches down, okay? There's a tornado warning for a reason. It's not let's go outside and sightsee. This is a get in a shelter, get to that safe spot, guys, okay? This is not something to play around with. This is not something to play around with. You got to get to shelter, guys. Don't try to go outside and see it. You're not going to see it. You're wasting your time trying to go out because it's rain wrapped. You're not going to see it. Leave that to the emergency management and the storm chasers that are in the area. You do not need to be going outside and looking for this, folks. You've got to seek shelter. If you're in Brooklyn, Lake City, Black Oak, Leachville, or Caraway, if you know anyone that your phone is going off for a tornado warning, you've got to seek shelter. This is something you do not want to go outside and try to look for at this current time here. I want to make that crystal clear. There is a certain reason why we have Jamie out there, because she has a lot of experience in terms of situations like this. You're not going to see it, folks, and it's just going to get darker. It's not a good idea to try to go outside and see this for yourself here, guys. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of comments about that. Trying to go outside. I understand a lot of people trying to get reports, but folks, that's why emergency management is there. That's why we have fire. We have the fire tech company. We've got a lot of the fire department there. You've got the local police department and stuff like that. You've got storm chasers in the area. Let them filter those reports in. You get you and your family and your friends to safety and into that shelter. Don't worry about trying to get this thing confirmed. Just don't worry about it. Let us handle that. You get into safety. Don't worry about all the other stuff here, guys. I just wanted to make that clear. Yeah, Jamie, what you got? I'm switching back to your side here. Come up here just a second.
Hey, can you look at my live stream?
Yes, I can. I got you up. Yep, I got you up. Go ahead.
I just came into Jonesboro.
Okay.
Directly in front of me.
Apparently you are on an unnamed road in Jonesboro. So, yeah.
Hey, I'm on the highway.
Okay, you're on the highway. All right. So she's in Jonesboro right now, guys, and she's gonna keep an eye on this. Like I said, Jamie, I'm gonna take.
Lowering.
Yeah. You see the lowering?
Look, hey, Cam, we've got lowering and we've got tornado sirens flying around me. There is some lowering.
Okay.
Definitely, there is definite lowering.
Okay, so yeah, I hear the tornado sirens in the background, and you've got the lowering here. So we're gonna stay with you. You are in Jonesboro right now, trying to get ahead of the storm here. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I tell the general public: just be careful. I know you've done this for several years, but just be careful out there, and just let me know if anything happens out of this. Hopefully, nothing comes out of this, but we are seeing some strong rotation here. What you got?
So this is straight from the National Weather Service in Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
They just posted up there, especially SBC, and everything is pointing towards your strong tornado potential is going to be maximized over the next few hours across eastern Arkansas, east and northeast Arkansas. Your latest sounding from up there shows very strong rotation. So shear has increased there. But overall, basically this would be basically where the storms are at now.
Yeah.
So, and then moving into Tennessee, and once that happens, then our focus can shift back west if anything does develop there.
All right, sounds good. And as a matter of fact, I just heard back from Dustin, so he's ready to go back to Jonesboro, show the storm. Let's, yeah, Dustin. I don't know if you can hear me or not. If you can get back on air, that'd be awesome. But yeah, we got Jamie out there that's tracking the storm. But I think it's passed through the Jonesboro area. It's going into Mississippi County right now here, guys. So those, like I said before, if you're in this area, you gotta take your tornado precautions immediately. And folks, we get a lot of hate thrown at us, and that's fine. I'm not being mean, okay? I'm not being mean or anything like that. It's just I am not gonna sit here and let folks go outside and put their lives in danger with this. Like, You're not gonna see it coming. Okay, you're not. That's me being truthful with you. You're not going to see this coming. This is why we're harping you guys to get the shelter immediately, because you're not going to see it coming. It's rain wrapped. It's not separated like it was before. So this is why we're live. This is why we have these dual radars and stuff like that, because we're trying to preach that, hey, this is a threat to life and property. You've got to take action. You just have to. It's just I'm like I said, I'm not being mean or anything like that. It's just me being truthful. Like that's just how it is. So I'm gonna.
Hey Cam, if you can see my screen, I've got a pretty good visual of the show cloud.
Okay. Yep.
Just past Jonesboro.
Yep, we got you. And there's the track. That's gonna be from Lake City, Black Oak, over towards Dale, over towards the Victoria area, and the I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. But it's gonna be over in the Mississippi County here, guys. So that's gonna be along Highway 148, Highway 77, Highway 181, Highway 148 at this current time. What you got for me, John? What's up?
Yeah, so I can't publicize this, but it looks like we do have is that a touchdown? It's on my video share.
I think. Hang on. Let me go over to yours real quick.
Oh, he zoomed in. So yeah, you can see dust on the bottom.
Yep, that
I
is
don't
a
know if it's on the
touchdown.
ground.
That's a touchdown.
So this is
Where is that?
live, and I cannot broadcast this. This is going to be
That is
near.
fine.
Yeah, so this is going to be near Waldenburg.
Waldenburg. Yep, that storm down there.
There it is again.
So that's going to go to a warn. That's going to go
Yep.
from
So
Mark
this
Tree.
is definitely on the ground.
Yeah, Mark Tree, Highway 163.
Yeah.
That's going to be for this storm down here. That's not to a warn. So, Jamie, continue to monitor that storm up there. I'll follow back up with you once you get into a good
Okay.
area. And if you let me know if you see anything, you just holler at me. I've got you linked up over here.
Hey, right now I'm pulling off the side of the road. I've got a pretty good visual of some lowering again
Okay. All right.
in the shelf clouds right
Okay.
here on YouTube.
All right. So, yeah, we've got your stream up on air. There's about to be another tornado warning that's getting ready to be issued. I'm going to go ahead and zoom down to this one. Not taking anything away from
Oh
the
yeah,
rainforest
we've
or
got
anything
debris.
like that, but this one's on the ground. And I think what ended up happening was that storm in Jonesboro is acting like a mini little vortex, and that's what's leading to this. John, when are they putting the tornado warning out for this? Because I see it on the ground. Yeah,
Nothing. They're
it's on the
saying it's a
ground.
dust. They're saying it's a. I'll keep my comments to myself right now. So
Okay, all right, you're fine. You're fine. But we're gonna treat it. Hey, we're gonna treat it like it's a tornado on the ground.
it
That's
is a
gonna
tornado on the
focus just
ground.
south.
We have debris.
Yeah, yeah. Southwest of Harrisburg and south of Waldenburg at this current point. It's gonna be just to the west of Mark Tree. You know, anyone in those areas, they need to be taking shelter immediately. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get to that lowest center part of your home at this current time. Go ahead, Derek. What you got?
So again, folks, I mean, we even have it on our rotation strength as well here.
Yeah.
Just to the south of Harrisburg. If Jamie can't catch this one here, she can get south. On I think that's actually I-255 there, or I-555.
55. Yeah, that's
And
gonna
she
be
gets
it.
south towards Mark Tree.
Mark
And
Tree.
Truman. If you want to put her in position for that storm, if she can't get.
She's on
to the one of
She's
the-
on West Washington Avenue in Jonesboro, so I think
Okay.
she's in deep in downtown Jonesboro. If she can get, I don't know if she's gonna make it in time to Mark Tree. Jamie,
This
Jamie,
is
if you
going
want to
tornado
try, you
warning.
can go ahead. Try to get south. But I don't know if you're gonna make it in time. For it to get to get to Mark Tree, but if you can get there, you can go ahead.
Hey, I'm on it right now.
Okay, she's on it right now, so she's on her way there. So right now, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna put a track for the entire line of storms itself, and it's gonna be from here. So let's go ahead and put a track kind of like this, and I'm gonna put it to the east at about 40 miles per hour, guys. So the Caraway area, the Mark Tree area,
And there's your tornado
Lineville-
warning.
Yeah, there's a tornado warning. There it is.
Those
So it's gonna be
folks in
coming-
Harrisburg needs to take shelter immediately. This is coming to
Yeah.
taking that
Yeah,
highway
it's on the
14.
ground. Yeah, it's on the ground, and we can't show the video obviously because
Yep.
we don't have the rights to show the video.
Mhm.
But we see it. We see it. It's on the ground. John, was that a power flash that I just saw?
Yes.
I think that might have been a power flash I just saw on there. Like I said, we can't.
I can't tell.
We can see it, but we can't publicize this, guys, because obviously there's broadcast rules and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But we see it.
It is
we
on the
see it.
ground
It's on
and
the
it's going
ground.
toward Harrisburg.
All right.
Yeah.
It
So
looks
one
like
thing
it's
I want to
crossing
mention,
Highway 14, maybe.
the warning does state radar indicated. It is on the ground.
Yeah.
Folks, we have view. We can see it right now. It is on the ground. Jamie is en route, so we can get that on air. So again, we have multiple views on this storm. If you live in Harrisburg, Mark Tree, get to the safe place right now. Truman, Mark Tree, Harrisburg, get to your safe place right now.
Cherry
folks.
Valley. Cherry
Cherry
Valley is
Va-
going to be
yeah.
in the path.
Yep.
And I'll go back over to the dual radar real quickly here and
Yeah.
kind of show you guys a little bit more graphically here. So that's going to be the brand new tornado warning that's going to be here. I'm going to zoom this down, and we're going to put a track on this real quickly here. Okay, so that's going to be it right in here. This is going to be your area here. So this is actually north of the tornado warning itself. Is actually north of Cherry Valley, but anyone that's traveling north of Cherry Valley needs to be taking tornado precautions. I just saw it on the alert bar. It is now confirmed.
Yeah.
So give me just 1 second. I just saw it pop up on the screen. It'll come up here in just a little bit, but it is now confirmed. Give me just 1 second. I just saw it pop up. I'm gonna have to refresh our alert bar here. So so it's okay. So Mississippi County, Poinsett County, that one is confirmed.
It's
So
all
there's
by
one.
itself.
Yeah, it's all by
Southern
itself.
Gulf Storm all by itself. This may be your lone tracker that we saw on data earlier today.
Yeah.
Thank God it is south of Jonesboro.
So,
So,
but unfortunately,
unfortunately
there's
for
still a
everybody
lot
else,
of heavy, heavy
correct,
communities
yes,
south of
but
Jonesboro.
our concern earlier today was we did see the data screaming the Jonesboro vicinity.
Correct.
So unfortunately, it's still hitting into a very popular area:
Yeah.
Harrisburg, Cherry Valley, and Mark Tree area. So again, this area is accustomed to these storms. What I don't like seeing on radar is the hook is getting larger.
Yep.
This could be a very long track storm.
Yep.
So again, it's moving kind of east of southeast. My folks in Mark Tree, my folks in the northern West Memphis area. Now's your time to start watching this storm. We have a confirmed tornado on the ground. You heard it here on AWW first. It was not warned, but on the ground. I want to reiterate this, folks. You heard it here first. Again, if you have family in Harrisburg, family in Mark Tree, get to your safe place right now, folks. This is not a drill. Tornado on the ground. Lowest level of your house. Put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible. Our warning for Jonesboro area has been allowed to expire. So now all attention can now go to this storm.
Yep.
And we're going to focus strictly on this storm. My folks in Central Arkansas, Southeast Arkansas, Southwest Arkansas, all attention is on Northeast Arkansas. This is where our storms are. This is where our severe threat is right now. This is all of our focus at this time.
I think if it would ease a lot of anxiety,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you just have that storm since it's just localized Northeast
Yeah.
Arkansas. I will put this one on a national view for just Arkansas, so that way folks can kind of see
Yeah.
what's going on at the board here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this as the statewide view. Okay, so there's folks that are gonna be asking, where this is, stuff like that. This is Northeast Arkansas. This is your statewide view. So we're gonna use this as a statewide view, and then Derek on his side on 2 is gonna have the current tornado warning up there, and that's what we're gonna have to, that's what we're currently watching right now here. But there's just a lot of anxiety right now, and there's a lot of people that are just being downright rude, and I don't understand why. I don't get it. Folks, all of us here are volunteers. That's just how it is. We get a lot of hate thrown at us, and that's fine. But when it comes to severe weather safety, guys, it is not us being mean. It's not us being forgetful or any kind of name that we're getting thrown out. We're trying to save lives here, guys. Okay. If this is not your cup of tea, don't go in the comments, guys. Okay. People have been through enough in this state with the outbreak on the 14th and stuff like that. It's time to act like adults, guys. Okay. Our poor moderator team is having to block so many people right now because they just can't act right in the comments. Folks, behave, please. Okay. I'm begging y'all, behave. This is not the time or the place for this. This is us trying to save lives at this current point. We understand. We get it. We know the anxiety's through the roof right now. We understand. Nobody's arguing about that. Nobody's getting mad at anything about that. But we're not going to sit here and let y'all bash our team and stuff like that. It's just not going to happen, guys. Okay? This is a situation. It's a very dangerous situation up here in Northeast Arkansas. Please take this seriously. Okay? Please. We're watching the entire state of Arkansas. Nobody's getting ignored. No one's getting overlooked. We are all human beings trying to cover 75 counties in Arkansas. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Yes, John, go ahead.
Yeah, so that was just a phone call I got. There's a report of 2 tornadoes on the ground. So
Okay.
I was trying to see if I can, maybe you or Derek can look at that a little bit more.
Derek, if you can.
I'm lost radar. I don't know what's going on.
I've got Arkansas. I'm just going to leave Arkansas up in a view so folks kind of see what's going on across the state. If you want to talk more about that tornado warning over there on your side.
All right, so once again, folks, going back to our velocity scans here. So once again, I want to reiterate this. We do have a tornado on the ground, folks. Once again,
It's still on the ground.
Yes, it is still on the ground, just to the southwest of Harrisburg. This is in a rural area. However, if you live in the Harrisburg area, you need to be taking those tornado precautions right now. Lowest level of your house. Put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible. Once again, this is going to track towards Harrisburg and Mark Tree. We are very accustomed to seeing these in this area. Again, tornado on the ground just to the southwest of the Harrisburg area.
Yeah.
Again, if you live in this area, you need to be taking your tornado precautions right now. Reynolds Road, Maddox Lane, on down towards County Road 858. Reynolds Road again, Griffin Street, Harrisburg, again, on down toward old Military Lane. Folks, you need to be in your tornado safe space immediately, folks. Lowest level of your house, put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible, folks. It's a dangerous, very dangerous situation. Let's go back to, our Doppler. Again, this is right in here. This is where, again, right in here, clearing, and then of course, this where your hook is here. Your tornado is right through here, right along Reynolds Road. Right
Yeah,
along.
Derek. So
Yeah.
we've lost a connection to the video feed, so we're not able to confirm that. We do
Okay.
have audio saying that it was we're not sure if it's still on the ground, but there's definitely a cone. This is going to be south of Harrisburg. Are you seeing any debris?
So the biggest, where it's at, again, if there were to be any, this is a lot of dirt and trees, John. So again, if there's any debris, it's going to be relatively small, which is a good thing because this is a really rural area. But it would be typically and right in here. So again, let's go and look at this right here. It'd be right along County Road 23 and the Reynolds Road area. Also, let's see, get some highways here. So there's County Road 23 there, County Road 861. So kind of right in this general area, but again, not seeing anything significant. So that is a good thing. Let's go back. Let's look at our, where the hook is here. Let's go to, our rotation strength. Well, so if it's still on the ground, then this is the generalized area. Again, like John said, we've lost video feed. However, that being said, Jamie's on her way to get a viewpoint of the storm. We will have that feed up once she gets there. One thing again, I want to reiterate this is that this is where the most severe storm is at this time. My folks in Harrisburg, my folks in Mark Tree, my folks in Painway, you need to be in a safe place right now. Lowest, live over your house, put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible. Again, this is we have a professional chaser en route to this storm, folks. We have eyes on the ground, eyes on air. We have a team coverage watching the storm. You heard it here before the warning ever went out. Tornado on the ground. Again, this is what we do.
Yep.
This is what we do.
So I'll give everybody kind of a statewide look right now. Cold fronts moving in. There are storms starting to bubble up in central and into southwestern Arkansas. None of those storms are severe. I want to make that crystal clear. The majority of the warnings right now are in northeastern Arkansas. So just because we've had an overwhelming amount of hate comments, I'm just going to leave this one up on Arkansas, and we're just going to have the storms up there in northeastern Arkansas. I just can't believe people are acting this way today. I can't believe it, but it's
Cameron,
just a situation that's going to be like that, and we're going to cover northeastern Arkansas. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, so like Derek said, we don't have confirmation of the tornado on the ground, but there's obvious some rotation that's going to be south of Harrisburg, specifically going to be coming into the Painway area. So if you are familiar with east of Harrisburg, Highway 14, this is going south of you. That's going to be coming into the Painway area into Tyronza shortly. Do you have what's the speed on this?
Going about 40 to 45 miles an hour.
So 45 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So it should be coming into Mark Tree shortly. I know the tornado sirens in Truman are going off, but it looks like the rotation is going to be south of Truman. But take shelter. There's the wind and hail debris. The hail and wind that can still cause a lot of damage. But specifically Painway, Mark Tree, Tyronza, this is coming towards you.
So again,
yeah, it's staying south of
coverage
Truman.
back on this storm, John. Painway 808, that is 13 minutes. Mark Tree 815. Diets 832. Bassett 839. Wilson 845. Again, this is moving due east. Those east movers, this is the same storm. I want to reiterate that this is the same storm that formed around Pettigene Mountain about, what, Cameron, 4 hours ago?
Yeah.
This same storm that formed around Pettigene Mountain, it went north and then turned due east.
Tornado on the ground. there's a new warning now. It's on the ground.
Okay.
It just got confirmed. I'll read the latest information with that real quickly here. So, confirmed tornado was located over Harrisburg, moving east at 45 miles per hour. That was just a minute ago. Damaging tornado. Weather spotters confirmed tornado. Ping pong size tail with that storm. That's going to be near Painway, over towards the Truman area. This is going to stay south of Truman, but my folks at Mark Tree, over towards Interstate 555. You need to take your tornado precautions immediately.
Yeah, so Jamie should be it should be coming right to Jamie right now. So like where she's at, it should be coming right to her.
Yeah, so you need to be taking your tornado precautions immediately. Jamie, can you still hear me? I don't know if you can still hear me or not. Can you hear me? Okay, she's just north of Harrisburg, so she's now in that polygon. So we can go back to Jamie here just a little bit. Jamie, your stream. I know YouTube's been giving us fits all evening. We can take a look at that real quickly here and go from there.
That girl's on a rocket ship today.
Hey,
Yeah.
Cameron,
Most definitely. So, well, Jamie, you're gonna have to do what you did earlier: is reboot your YouTube and then come back in. We're gonna figure out after today, figure out what happened, and we'll get a better organization of what's going on
For
with that
Wednesday,
right now, for Wednesday.
especially.
Yeah. So
tornado on the ground, Harrisburg. So, folks, if you live in Harrisburg, obviously you need to be in a safe place right now. My folks in Painway, my folks in Montree, you need to be getting to your safe place now, folks. You need,
Hey,
again, confirm. We've been saying this, though. Confirmed tornado on the ground. We had confirmation of it before it went warned. This is the same storm that has been producing tornadoes for quite some time, unwarned. This is the same storm that produced them around Newport. Same storm that produced them, has continued to produce them as it's moved east. This storm has a history of producing tornadoes. One is on the ground right now. This is the southernmost storm. There's nothing to impede it at this time. There's nothing to take the energy away from it. Therefore, this storm is going to continue to produce as it continues to push east. Both my concern is this could be a long track storm, a long track tornado. It is an environment very conducive for it. So again, if you live in Painway, Mark Tree, you need to be in your safe place right now. Truman, I know you are north of this storm. However, just in case, keep an eye on, because these storms can do weird things like advent north out of the blue. We've seen it time and time again. Tornadoes do weird things, and it's just one of those things. I do believe you are safe. However, just in case, stay in that safe place a little while longer. Again, Mark Tree, you need to be there now. You need to be shelter, lowest, live over your house, put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible. Again, very dangerous situation coming into Mark Tree.
Yep.
Once again, very dangerous situation in Painway. This is moving out of the rural areas into the highly populated areas of Poinsett County. This is an area, along Highway 63, a lot of farmers, a lot of travelers, etc.
yeah. So hang on. I was literally about to respond to that.
Yep. All right.
I've got Jamie back up. She's
Something
back
else.
on live. So give us just a second here, and we're gonna go from there. So let's see, Jamie, I've got you up. Give me just a second, and I gotta switch your feedback over. So give it just a hair.
Right there. There it is.
Yep.
Right there.
So-
Just on the southeastern side of Mark Tree.
Yeah. We got it. We got it back up. There you go, Jamie. All right. If you want to go ahead, I think these folks should be able to hear you. You can go ahead, Jamie. What you seeing right now?
Hey, right now I'm not seeing much anything. I am north of
Yeah, so if she can keep
I am
going
about to
south
try to
where she's at,
come in on top of this
Um,
storm going to Mark Tree. Headed there right now, en route.
Okay. And John, what did you say? I'm sorry.
John says she keep going south.
Keep going south. Yeah, she should be able to see it here. So yeah, we've got Jamie on route. She's on the way. I don't know why it still says you're in Jonesboro. When you're way south of there, but it'll update itself coming up here in just a little bit here. So once
she's in Jonesboro right now.
Oh, so she's in Jonesboro. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, it's coming up here in just a little bit here, guys. So I'm gonna go back over to the dual radar here. We still got Jamie up. Once she gets on something, she'll filter it back up
Yep.
to us. You can go ahead.
Yep. All right. So once again, on the latest scan here, we just had it on air here. We're going to let our new scan come in.
Yeah.
But I want to reiterate that this is in between Mark Tree and Harrisburg now. So again, if you live right now, if it is moving over Declan Road, it is moving over. Let's see, just some roadways here. Again, State Park Road. This is moving through. If I'm not mistaken, John, there might be a state park here nearby.
Lake
Dolphin
Poinsett.
Lane. What?
Lake Poinsett.
Lake Poinsett State Park.
Hey,
Campground
Cam.
here. So again,
Yep.
if you know anybody camping in this area, there's a tornado on the ground, folks. This has been a confirmed, observed tornado with this storm. Again, it is moving east at 45 miles per hour.
They just issued
This is
another
currently
severe
moving
thunderstorm warning
over
for
Woodland
possible.
Lane, Declan Road, State Park Road. This is moving over Lake Poinsett State Park. Again, for my folks downstream, I'm going to go on and point this out. Here's your tornado. Here's Painway. Here's Mark Tree. Folks,
Hang on.
Mark Tree.
Hang on.
Tornado.
She's got it on there. Jamie,
Okay.
we're gonna go back to you. If you want to tell our folks what are you seeing right now on there, you can go ahead.
So if you can look to the left of my screen, you will see shelf clouds. You'll see what we call a beaver tail, and then you've got some pretty awesome lightning going with it. If you can see just to the left, I'm trying to turn my screen here. Excuse the city lights, got people on the side of the road over here, overpass doing something.
So
Give it just
we
a second,
got-
y'all can see. Can you see that, Cam? You can see your structure right there.
Yes, ma'am, I can. Yes, ma'am. We got you live on air. We can see it. I can see it as clear as day. Yeah, I think that's that's definitely because you're heading south. That's your beaver tail, so that's going to be it. Coming up here in just a little bit here, and I will say this. Traffic is very, very light right now in that area here, and that's a lot of folks that are getting back home. And stuff like that, which is great news here. But if you are traveling right now under this tornado warning, you do need to pull off, find a gas station and stuff like that, and go from there here, guys. Okay, so Derek, if you want to kind of talk about the track and what to expect.
Absolutely. All right, folks. So once again, I want to reiterate this, folks. Our tornado, it's right here, folks. Right through here, just east southeast of Harrisburg. Folks, just to the west of Painway and Mark Tree. Again, Painway, 8:13. It is 8:01. You have 12 minutes. Mark Tree, 8:19. Again, it is going to be moving towards you here, folks, in a matter of moments. You have 19 minutes, folks. Again, if you live in Dias, 8:34. Bassett, 8:40. Again, this is a tornado on the ground moving east about 40 to 45 miles an hour. Unfortunately, the later it gets, the more shear you are going to have in place. One thing else I want you to reiterate with this storm as well. It is out here. I want you to look all by itself, folks. There's nothing else here. There's nothing in Memphis, nothing in Critter County, nothing in Cross County. This storm is out here all by itself. It is going to be moving into a very favorable environment. So the idea is that this storm will continue to produce as it moves east. Again, this storm has produced tornadoes as far west as the southern ends of Newport, southern ends of Waldenburg and Fisher, and it's still producing now, folks. It is now east of Harrisburg. It is moving. It is moving towards Mark Tree, folks. Again, it's on the very southern edge of the warning cone. Again, Mark Tree. You have to be in your safe place right now. Your tornado is going to be right here. Again, you're currently getting rain, hail, lightning, thunder. When that stops, you already need to be in your safe place. Do not go out and try to look. Folks, in Mark Tree, I want to reiterate this. You're going to go from rain and hail to nothing. That is when you need to not go outside because the storm will not be past you. This is when your tornado threat will be imminent. Again, I don't like to talk like that. I don't like to say it, but we have confirmed tornado on the ground moving towards Mark Tree, Arkansas. Again, my folks in Painway, my folks in Mark Tree, if you live on US 63, you have to be in your safe place right now, folks. Lowest level of your house, put as many walls in between you and the outside, folks. This is not a drill. This is nothing to be scared of, but it's something that you have to take precaution. We deal with this every year in Arkansas. We've dealt with it multiple times already this spring. Unfortunately, we're dealing with it again.
And it's going to happen again.
Well, something else you're talking about, Derek,
Yes.
with it being nighttime outside, you're not going to see this thing anyway. So there's no point in going outside.
Exactly.
All right. And Dustin, I apologize. I couldn't hear you over here, so I don't know what that was about. But I've got you back up on there with Jamie. So you
You're
got me.
fine.
You got Derek. Yeah, you got me, Derek. You also John, and also we've got Jamie on there. Jamie, if you do me a favor, you may have to refresh your spotter network because for some reason I think it may have stopped reporting for some reason here.
So we
You
So,
still got that severe thunderstorm
Hey,
warning
Cam,
for
while I'm
pause.
doing
You
this,
saw
I
that
would
up
like to
there
point
in
out,
Cricket
if
County.
you're in this area,
Hey, hang on, guys. Hey, yeah, hang on. We had 3 people talking at once. Go ahead, Jamie. What you got?
hey, sorry.
You're
Hey,
good.
just to point out, if you are in this area, you are not going to see this thing. She is rain wrapped. There's just no way you're going to see it. Get your safe place, hunker down. I'm coming in behind it. You're not going to see it. There's just no way.
Yeah. All right, Dustin and John, y'all go ahead. I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good. I was just talking about if you saw that, make sure that there is a severe thunderstorm warning for pause that they did put up there just a little north of the current tornado that we have that is up there in Craighead County.
Yeah. John, have you heard anything from National Service?
yes, I have lots of reports of damage. We have a lot of reports of damage coming out of Fisher through Harrisburg. I have, if you can see my screen, I think Jamie's a little far north, but if you see my screen I'm sharing, this is going to be an RDOT camera. We've lost power in the area. We don't know if the tornado is still on the ground or not, but there's definitely going to be some wind coming out of this, right? So we did lose power. Also, on the Firetex camera, if I can pull the Firetex, I don't know if you can pull the Firetex camera up or not, but we were.
If you can pull it up via your screen share, I may be able to work some magic over here.
Where did it go? Because we're getting. I'm not sure if that's power flashes back there, but. Okay, so here it is up now. So we're looking.
It looks like it just outflowed itself, just based off what I'm seeing on radar right now. There's an outflow boundary. So we'll have to kind of keep an eye on that.
There's just getting a lot of lightning out of this storm now. Can't really tell.
All right, so I've got
Is that camera facing north or is it facing?
So this is facing toward Painway.
Okay.
See if I can move it some more.
Because that rotation looks to broaden out some.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Which is great news. It looked like it's. I was gonna say, it looked like on that
It
radar.
can
Look like there's a boundary, there's an outflow boundary that it just sent out.
It can also be recycling too.
Yeah.
So the other thing is our cold front beginning to push faster, as well with this camera. So it's a lot of things, again, there's still a strong area of rotation. It has broadened out some. Do not let your guard down. Mark 3, do not let your guard down. Stay in that safe place. These storms cycle a lot. Again, they spin up, they spin down. This has been on the ground for at least 10 or 15 miles now. Again, they spin up, they spin down. This storm could be in its recycling phase. Again, latest scan came in, tightened up a little bit. So again, Painway, Mark Tree, stay in a safe place until we tell you.
Something
to get
else
out
to
of the
look
safe
at,
place,
Derek, that you're
stay
talking about exactly what you're saying. This is that southernmost end of that whole line of storms right there. And that where that radar indicated rotation is exactly where you're starting to see that Boeing echo on radar.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep. So we're gonna continue tomorrow to Jamie. Like I said, I still got Jamie shot up. If you what are you seeing out there right now? If you're on the ground, what are you seeing?
I am still looking at a shelf cloud.
Okay.
Lots of lightning and lots of rain and wind.
Okay. So what's going on
I
is
had to get to Mark 3.
So what's going on is you have that tornado potential on that southern end, and then you have the wind and hail potential moving along. I believe that's 61 now, sitting across out of Mississippi County, going into western Tennessee. In other news, we do have other storms that have developed in central and southern Arkansas. None of these are.
We have a new
severe
tornado
at
warning
this
coming.
point. Tornado warning coming for.
It looks like it's going to be downstream of this current warning.
Hey, we got a tornado observed just a moment. Well, that's just posted a minute ago. That was near Truman, moving east at 45 miles per hour.
Okay, so that's gonna be the one up there. So the one that she's moving into right now.
Yeah.
So we'll have to continue to monitor that very closely here. But yeah. So this is gonna be it, folks. Tornado warning still remains in effect here. Derek, if you want to go over that tornado warning, the brand new one that just got
We have a
issued.
brand new one.
Yep.
All right, so here's an extension of this one here again. So it's back to radar indicated. But again, Mark Tree. This storm has a history of producing tornadoes. Has a history of producing damage. I want you to read this. This storm has a history of producing damage. If you live in Mark Tree, take your tornado precautions. You need to be there still. Dias, Joyner, Wilson, Marie, Kaiser. Downstream further, Osceola. You need to be in a safe place right now. Lowest level of your house. Put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible. Once again, myself, Derek, John, Dustin, Jamie is on the ground. We have you covered, folks, with this storm. If you live in Mark Tree, you need to get ready because your storm will go from loud to nothing. As soon as it goes to nothing, you need to be not going outside. The storm is not over. The worst part of the storm is going to be there. You've already dealing with rain and hail. Now you're going to be dealing with very strong winds and a possible tornado. Again, we've dealt with tornadoes with this storm. This is the same storm that formed around Pettigene Mountain earlier today. It moved northeast and then turned due east. Once it turned due east, we knew what was getting ready to happen. Cameron and I both saw it. It produced tornadoes long before it ever went warm.
Yep.
So again, I'm assuming maybe Cameron, 3 or 4 have at least formed out of this storm already.
Yeah, one storm. Yeah, and we had talked about this environment up here in northeastern Arkansas, that it was going to do this, especially if these storms slowed down, and they were able to kind of sustain themselves for a long period of time. Yep. So yeah, the tornado warning still remains in effect. Like I said, outside of that area, we do have a few bubblers down there in South Arkansas. I would say a safe bet if you're in northwestern Arkansas, you're done.
Yep.
You're done for this event. Majority of the state outside of northeastern Arkansas has not seen much throughout the day today, and that's great news. But for my folks there in northeastern Arkansas, we're getting reports of damage. We're getting reports of, we had the tornado underground earlier on. We are going to send Elijah. He's our certified pilot. He's going to be going out tomorrow and doing kind of a damage survey in that area, just kind of seeing what happened. And we'll obviously relay that back to National Weather Service and all the other stuff. But yeah, right now, just we're watching northeastern Arkansas and the rest of the state, just a couple of storms in South Arkansas, and that's pretty much it right now. So, I'm good.
All right. So once again, folks, let's go back and look here again. Again, this is a good thing. We still want to see. It's kind of riding its own boundary right now. Unfortunately, we've seen this time and time again up here in this part of the state. And I've seen this time and time again where they kind of latch on to their own boundary and keep dropping a tornado. Again, if you live in Mark Tree, you still need to be in the safe place. Mark Tree, Tyronza, Joyner, these areas need to be in your safe place. Let's go back and look at our our rotation again. Again, still showing very good signs of rotation on this storm. The mesocyclone is recycling. However, it is getting tighter as it gets closer to Mark Tree. Folks, here's Mark Tree. Here is our area of rotation, our area of concern. If you live in Painway, you need to be in that safe place now, folks. Again, this is moving right along County Road 297. This is going to be moving, let's just say, west side of Painway as well. Again, any area of rotation is going to be along Jab Road. It's going to be right here along Buckhorn Road. Again, new scan is coming in now. But again, if you live in Mark Tree, this is less than 5 miles away from you now, folks. Again, 813, on March 30th, 2025. Unfortunately, we have been live most of March, with severe weather, across the state, and that just continues here once again. Again, latest scan comes in, it's not as strong as it once was. Let's go back. Look at our rotation strength. Again, just to the west of Mark Tree. Again, just to the west of Mark Tree, southeast of Panaway now. Again, latest scan coming in here, and there it is, right there. You know, you see rotation here and rotation there. Strong rotation either side. Now, what this could be indicating, folks, is that we actually have a tornado in the middle of this, with the rotation forming on each side.
Yeah.
If that's the case, we could be dealing with a strong tornado out of this as well. We've seen this as well, especially dating back to March 14th. We actually saw this on a rotation strength where there was one in the middle rotating around each side.
Yeah, so that'd be a satellite tornado just rotating around a common center of the parent tornado in northeastern Arkansas in that particular area. So anyone in that tornado warning, you need to treat this as if it's what we call a multi-vortice tornado, where it could, it looks like there's two areas there. Zoom back out for just a second. There's one, and then there's one that's just to the southwest of that. So it looks like it's kind of circulating around. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that just confirmed it right there. Your rotation. Yeah. So basically, what you got going on right now, you have a mesocyclone, you have that parent center, and they're just kind of rotating around each other. So eventually, this will produce a strong tornado here. Jamie, you're live. Go ahead. What you got?
Hey, if you can hear me, I've got a pretty good visual of this shelf cloud. Take a look at what I'm looking at right here. Should be in front of you.
Yep. We see you loud. See you loud and clear. And you know.
If we can get
go ahead.
lightning shots to light it up.
Yep, that's it. You are in Truman right now, correct?
I am, yes, pretty much in Truman, yeah.
Okay, Derek, do me a favor. Zoom back out on radar. Give me a proximity to Truman. Truman's right there. And she's moving.
She needs to go further south and east if she wants to get to Mark Tree. She can go down 555
Can y'all
and
see it, or
trail
do I
it.
need to go up a little bit? I'm kind of in the tree line.
Okay, so Jamie, keep going. What I'm worried about is that's not a shelf cloud that you're seeing on air. That is an inflow tail that you're seeing. So basically, what's going on? Yep, that confirmed it. Yeah, that's inflow tail. So you're seeing what's an inflow tail is basically you just saw it in that lightning scan. Basically, it's your instability kind of wrapping around into that storm, and that's what's producing that tornado. So right now, because you're moving south, you're moving south, and that area of rotation is to your south. So it looks like that could either be a shelf cloud, obviously, or I'm thinking it may be an inflow tail that's moving into the mesocyclone itself, which is going to produce the tornado potential right over Mark Tree. Which,
hey, Cam, if you can hang on just a second, I'm going to take a picture of this night mode, try to get a little bit better picture
knock
for you,
yourself
and
out.
I'll text it to you.
Okay, knock yourself out. Yep. From what I'm seeing right now, it just kind of, it could either be a shelf. I'm looking at radar right now. It looks like it's just kind of hooked in. Looks like there's looks like that. I'm saying, I think that's an inflow tail that's moving in. Basically, what that means, in meteorological terms, basically it's your instability, your warm moist air moving in, your inflow into the storm, and then it's wrapping back around, and that's where you're getting that tornado potential southwest of Mark Tree. So that's where you have to watch for that tornado potential. Now, here's the situation. You see this live on Jamie's stream. It is dark. It is now 8 o'clock. You're not going to see this. You weren't going to see it a couple hours ago either way because it was rain wrapped. You're definitely not going to see it now because it's dark. You take the safety tips into your own hands at this point. It's, you're under a tornado warning. You got to stay sheltered. That's just how it is. You're not going to see it. You're definitely not going to see it now because it's dark. By the time you do see it, it may be too late. So make sure that you are seeking shelter if you're under this tornado warning. Just like I said, just kind of special shout out to Jamie and John and Dustin and the rest of our team for not only giving us the on the ground stuff, but the work behind it as well. Derek, what are you seeing? Yeah, that's probably more likely
So,
it's just
Which
southwest.
they are continuing
Just-
that tornado warning, but it's getting ready to move into western Tennessee here before long.
Hey, Kim, if you can see that, I just sent you a pretty good picture of that paper trail.
Alright, so if you live on Dawson Street, our rotation has now reformed over Dawson Street. Mark Tree, this is over you right now. Southern part of Mark Tree. South side to south side. Yep. Tornado on the ground. That looks
Where is that?
Is that on Jamie's feed?
That was Jamie, and she just sent that.
Okay.
You're looking south, right?
She's looking south, so she's coming at it from the north.
The
to
north to the south. That'd be your
Yep.
inflow tail. That might be a tornado on the ground
All right.
that she just got.
So she's coming at it from the north, right?
Correct.
In between Truman and Mark Tree. So
Yeah.
she's about 5 miles, 5, 6, 6.
6 miles. Yeah,
She's about 6 miles.
she's on Interstate 555 right now. She's looking
All right.
southeast.
Crossing.
It's right there.
Right there.
I think that was it. I
Yeah.
think that was a tornado on the ground. Jamie, I
Right.
think you just got
John-
a tornado.
John Dustin, I need your help.
Yeah.
Let's try to confirm this as well
I'm gonna send this. Yeah, I'm gonna send this to.
over the next few minutes.
Yeah.
My
John-
person Mark Tree,
Yeah.
take cover now. I mean, it's a dire situation. We pretty sure we may have a tornado live on air. Jamie, keep going. You know, let's get as far south as we can on this. Because I do have a feeling that this is.
John, I just sent it to you in our
Yeah.
server. If you
Got
can
it.
get that to the National Weather Service, that'd be awesome.
All right.
I think that might
So
have been.
let's.
Is that
might have been
so?
a
Is that
tornado.
right there in the middle of that light?
Yeah.
So Mark Tree
Yeah.
is right here. I-55 right here. Tyrone's is right here. So again, folks, this is going to be.
How long ago was this? Like 2 minutes
This-
ago?
Yeah, about 2 or 3 minutes ago. Yep.
Yep. Mark Tree. Yep. So she's looking due south towards Mark Tree. If we can get her to start moving,
Yeah.
That's going right into town too.
Yeah, she's moving. Yeah, that's on the ground. I mean, there's your inflow
she's looking
tail.
south.
She's
Yeah.
looking south.
Okay.
That's where that hook is, right there at the end of that system that we've been talking about.
Yep.
Correct.
All right. It's gonna move. It's moving due east. All right. So it's passing.
That's coming right into the town.
Yeah.
Yep, that's gonna be
It's
it.
coming right into the town.
Yeah,
Let's
Jamie,
get
if you can keep going, you can keep going because that's
Yeah.
I think we're working with the National Weather Service to get it confirmed, but I'm just from my standpoint because there's your inflow
Let me
tail,
bring
there's
it
the
up.
rotation. She's got it.
I've
She's
got
got
the
it. I
ball
think.
in Mark Tree.
Okay, she's got it. That's on the ground. That's on the ground.
Hey, I'm headed back towards Truman, so I'm moving in.
Okay.
Okay, so that's under the hill core. So again, just to the south, maybe let's go back to look at our rotation strength again here. All right, so let's go back here. Look right there, just to the south of Mark Tree. So again, this is I-555 right here. Mark Tree right here. Stay in your safe place if you're in Mark Tree, folks. Do not try to get out and spot this storm. We have a professional chaser in the area. We have eyes on the ground.
Jamie, I'm gonna take your stream off for just a second. I'm gonna show the folks on air what this may potentially be because I've looked at this last couple of seconds here. I think this is a tornado on the ground that you just got. Let me find Discord. It's somewhere over here. There we go. All right, so I'll work on getting that up here in just a second. But I think that's it. I think you may have gotten it on the ground in that area. So
My radar loves going to Massachusetts today.
yeah. So I'm just saying, you got it?
Yeah. I'm going
Okay.
back now.
All right. There you go.
Sorry about that, y'all.
Oh, you're good. You're
You
good.
know, we like covering tornadoes up north too, so
Yeah.
you all know. All right, so this is now. So let's go back to our. Okay. So. All right, that's our debris detection. Let's go to our rotation indication. Back to debris. Folks, this is in between Mark Tree and Tyronza. You need to be in a safe place
Tyronza.
immediately, folks.
It's Tom Ronzo, by the way. That's corrected you.
All right, Dustin, if y'all want
I
to
just know somebody's going to anyway, so I better be here from me than from somebody
Right.
else.
Exactly.
All right, so what I'm going to do here, so the strongest area of rotation is passing right in between Mark Tree and Tyronza. I'm going to keep saying
Tyronza.
Ronzo. There you go.
Well, at least it's not what I said last week with El Dorado. So, you know,
Well, also, this is an area that's covered in trees and everything else, so these people need to take cover because there is not very much viewing area, and you're definitely not going to see it. So,
Yeah, exactly. I think undisputable evidence, guys. I'm just gonna show it on air. Hey, she's got it. She's got it. That's on the ground.
Yep.
She's got it. I'm gonna show you exactly where it is, folks. We're right there. You've got your inflow tail coming in. There's your hell core. She's got it. Hey, she's got it. That's on the ground. That was on the ground. There's your
Yep.
hell core. There's your inflow tail. There's your tornado.
Yep.
She's got it right on there.
Mhm.
Right on there. That's it. So we're working to confirm that with the National Weather Service. But yeah, that's on the ground. Thank you, Jamie, so much for getting that. For going out and getting that stuff. And this is why we have eyes on the ground for situations like this. So yeah, Derek, you can go ahead. But yeah, that just undisputable evidence that's on the ground. I've seen back to back radar scans. It's on the ground. So let me go ahead and switch this back over to. I think that was it. Yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna switch this back over.
Oh yeah, right there. I mean, camera, we got very good inflow on this.
Yeah.
Very good inflow.
You can also see the base of that tornado right there, very, very well defined too, as the cone touches the ground there.
Yep, she's got it.
So, if I'm not mistaken, that is her first tornado that she's actually intercepted live on air.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
again, unfortunately, it is in a populated area. Again, so if you live in Mark Tree, the tornado is now just to your east. Stay in that safe place. You still have very large hail with this storm as well. Now, once again, my folks I'm even going to pronounce it. We're going to keep going east towards Joyner and Bassett. You need to go on and stay in that safe place. Again, lowest level of your house. Put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible. Once again,
I'll say it is Tyronza.
Yes. But again, this is moving just north. It is now crossing I-555. This is going to keep moving east. The east movers are always the ones to produce. Again, my hope is that this cold front catches up to the storm, undercuts it. But right now, again, we have reports of damage from this storm. We have multiple reports of tornadoes from this storm. Unfortunately, again, we're going to add to our count. Even on a night that was not supposed to be severe, we still have at least, remember what we said last night, folks. All it takes is one storm, one event. Notice we didn't have heard anything until it hit the eastern part of the state. I don't know what it is up with the eastern part of the state right now.
I know what it is, but we're not gonna.
But
I'm not gonna bore everybody with it.
But again, this is unfortunately another event that we're dealing with the eastern part of the state. We cover all 75 counties. Again, shout out, to our team. Has done an amazing job so far. Myself, Cameron, John, Dustin, Jamie. Again, our moderator team. We do have our aviation partner, Elijah. He will be going out tomorrow, either tomorrow or Tuesday, kind of getting an idea on what there is out there. We will have aerial images as well, coming from this area. Once again, but again, we have a tornado has been reported on the ground. You need to keep taking your tornado precautions. We had it on air live on our Weather Watch.
Jamie, you did it. Jamie, you did an amazing job. You did an amazing job tonight. You did great. We talked about this yesterday. We planned it out. We told you where to go, but I told you at the end of the day it was going to be your gut instinct, and you got it. So that's going to be it. We're going to get this posted on the page coming up here just a little bit.
Hey, Cameron.
Yeah.
Can you check out my video feed? What do we got
Yes,
here?
sir.
So what we're looking at on my video, on my share screen is.
That looks like a wall cloud.
Okay, so we're looking. So this is going to be looking from Tyronza, looking south.
Okay. That looks
Well, actually, it's
RDOT
more of
camera.
east.
Yeah, hang on. I'm gonna give you, like we did last time for the 14th. I'm gonna give you the power to go in there and take a look. So Jamie, I'm gonna hop off here for just not hop off. I'm gonna switch over for just a second. Yeah, no, yeah,
He got fit up with all this.
yeah,
Dang.
no.
All right, so
I'm not at that point yet.
All right, so this is going to be crossing. Latest game is good. Rotation sheared out.
Okay.
So,
But what we're gonna do here is let me copy this link because I know I will forget about it. Hang on. John, I'm gonna give you the because I know you have it screen shared over there. So give me just a second, and um, and that's gonna be it. So come up here in just a second. There you go, John. All right, John. There you go. You have control. That's your screen share over there. If you want to kind of talk about what you're seeing.
Yeah, so this is going to be on Interstate 555. We're going to be in Tyronza at this RDOT camera. We are going to be looking west toward the river. This is going to be coming into Bassett Joiner. Um, so I can't really tell if it's rain wrapped. If it's just so dark, you can't really see anything. Um, but we're just kind of waiting for some lightning to show up to see if we can see anything going on there. Um,
All right, sounds like a plan. I'm over here working on some behind the scenes stuff, and she got that on there. So let me do this, and folks, I want to make this crystal clear. If you screenshot this photo, give us credit, because this is Jamie that went out. She didn't have to go out. She went out and got this photo, and yeah, that
they're going to continue that tornado warning for Poinsett County coming into Mississippi County.
okay. Hey, John, did you send that photo to them, by the way?
I did.
Okay. I think that's undisputable evidence that was a tornado.
I'm seeing a good sign here.
Yeah, go ahead.
It looks like your outflow boundary on this storm is kind of moving due south of it now.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping this is an indication that we're starting to lose the. Never mind, just attach back to it. Just kidding. Forget what I just said. So what it's doing is it's riding its own boundary as it continues to push east. And this is probably one of the most unique structures I've seen in quite some time.
Yeah. So you remember, I'm looking for some headphones because the battery's about to die on this. So you remember what I had said earlier about the storm produced its own outflow boundary?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what happened was it attached the area of rotation attached. We've seen this before when we were chasing, where the outflow boundary attached to the rotation attached to the outflow boundary, and it localized. That's what's called a SRH, and that's what gave you the tornado here. So that's it. I mean, there's your hail core, there's your tornado. I'm gonna get this back on there coming up in a little bit. But yeah, that was it. That was your tornado, and we're still monitoring it. She's gonna do it again, Jamie. If you continue to follow her, she's gonna try one last time before she crosses the Mississippi River. And then I think, unless something changes between now and the next couple of hours in central and in eastern Arkansas, I think we've pretty much done with this event. So we're going to keep an eye on these storms down here in South Arkansas, obviously. But I see them going up in the atmosphere, and then they're capped off.
Yep.
So we're going to keep an eye
on
the
southern extent of the has been tame so far.
Yeah.
But again, we're not letting our guards down. We still have quite a little bit more time to go. But so far, the indication is this is starting to be a Northeast Arkansas only event. So basically what's happened is this is what was supposed to happen March 14th. Unfortunately, March 14th went crazy. Now you're seeing backwards trend here with this event. And all indications.
Do not let your guard down
do not let your guard down whatsoever. And again, starting tomorrow night, we will talk about Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be significant, folks. Again, this is just part of a series of severe weather. We deal with it every spring in Arkansas. It's just one of those things, folks. It's nothing that we haven't been through before, nothing we won't get through again. For those of you who want to break from severe weather, that's coming as well. As we head towards later week, heavy rain does take over. Then we talk about frost and freeze as we head toward Easter. So again, that being said, it's Arkansas. You go from one extreme to the other. That's just how we do. But right now, our focus continues to be on our folks in Northeast Arkansas, especially in Poinsett and Mississippi counties. This is getting ready to move out of Poinsett County into Mississippi County. As it does so, it's moving back into rural areas. I'm ignoring that text.
Big lightning flashes with it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
But again, so apparently there's a frog warning on I-55 right now as she's getting back into position. But once again, this is moving out of Tyronza. Justin, correct me if I'm wrong again.
Tyrod.
You're right. You did it perfect.
He actually got it right. There you go.
Moving into the rural areas of Poinsett County, or Poinsett and Mississippi County. The next town is going to be Joyner. My folks in Bassett and Joyner. Again, same thing I told Mark Tree. Same thing I've told everyone around here. Once it gets quiet, you need to be in your protected area. You need to already be there. But do not try to go out and spot this storm because it is moving. Once that rain stops, once that hail stops, that is when you're in what we call the cone of silence. That is where your greatest threat for a tornado will be.
And they're keeping that tornado warning.
They're gonna keep tornado. Yeah. They're
Yeah,
gonna keep
The calm before the storm.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're keeping the tornado warning. Looks like they're watching a cell merger soon that could affect the structure of it. So they're going to leave the tornado warning in place.
Yeah. So
I see it.
I'm gonna give a first alert to those that are in West Tennessee. So just kind of echoing what I mentioned earlier. This is the storm merger is going on right now, and what's going to happen is the storm merger is going to complete. Unfortunately, when it completes, you run the risk of this thing having a strong tornado potential in West Tennessee. So anybody that's across the Mississippi River right now, I know we cover Arkansas to watch and stuff like that. I know there's people that are watching this right now that's got family and friends on the other side of the river. Give them a heads up. Tell them we're watching this storm. It's going to have that strong tornado potential because what's going to happen is it's going to, like John just mentioned, it's going to merge with that storm. The merger's going to complete, and it's going to try again. It will not be in Arkansas when it happens. It will be in West Tennessee when it doesn't. But it's going to try again, and it's going to, I pray it doesn't produce a big tornado here, but the environment east of here is a little bit more conducive for tornadoes than is here in northeastern Arkansas right now. So we'll keep an eye on things. So what you got? What do you?
Look at your.
Yep. Yes, sir. I see it.
Right now.
I see it. Do you see your? Okay. I'm on. Before you change anything.
Yep.
Do you see that green line just south of there?
Yep.
That little green line. Okay. That right there, folks, is your outflow boundary. This storm has produced an outflow boundary. Well, what's going on is the rotation has latched to set off outflow boundary. This is going to produce a tornado at some point. If it's either going to be in eastern Arkansas or it's going to be across the river. This is going to produce as long as it continues to latch onto that outflow boundary. Because what's going on is you have what's called a localized area of helicity along a lot of pretty much rotation. And yeah, so Joyner, what is that? What is that interstate? Is that 555?
That's Interstate
No,
55.
that's
That's 55.
That's 55.
That's what goes into Missouri. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Anyone that's traveling right now in those areas, they need to find shelter immediately. And Joyner, same thing, because this is going to produce. As long as it continues to latch onto that outflow boundary, it's going to produce a tornado at any given moment. Derek, I do not change anything over there. I'm gonna draw it out because I think it'd be better. I think it'd be a better representation if I drew this out. So give me just a minute, just a hair, and I'm gonna see if I can get this drawn out for you guys here real quick. So that's gonna be it. Okay. So we're gonna do this, and hopefully you guys can see this marker. I don't know if you guys gonna see it, or hang on 1 second. We're gonna get that taken care of here. Oh, yep, there it is. Okay, so it's not on that screen. I don't want it on that screen. I want it on the other one. There you go. All right, sorry about that. I'm having to do some technical stuff over here. Okay, so this is gonna be it. I'm not sure why that's not working. So yeah, it's gonna be just southwest of Joyner. My thing is not working for some reason. What you got for me, Jamie? I hear you. Okay, all right. So pretty much you just said she's gonna pull over and kind of wait for the hail to clear out. So
Yeah, we're getting lots of reports of hail from spotters, law enforcement, in the Tyronza, Paneway area.
Okay. So
So I have some very good news for our folks in Arkansas. The newest SPC update has just come out. So your enhanced risk has been reduced to eastern and far southern Arkansas.
that's really good news.
Your highest end, your strong tornado risk has been reduced to this storm right here.
Yeah.
Once it's done, it's out. So your highest wind threat has been added for as far as southeast Arkansas.
Yeah.
Later this evening, the second area that we're gonna have to watch. But your health threat is highest now in Arkansas.
That makes sense because you were gonna run that threat anyway for that health threat here, guys. I'm not sure why it's not drawing on the screen. Okay, I'll have to deal with it later. But anyways, Derek, actually you can draw it over there. Hit Control T over there when you go back to the radar. Hit Control T, and you should be able to draw it out. So it's gonna be. So you see there it is, right there. Right there. You see that green line kind of going into your circulation? That's going to be it. Yeah. Right in there. There you go. So pretty much that's your outflow boundary that has attached to that rotation. And that's what you have right now is that potential here. So these headphones have died because we've been on there for a very long time. I'm going to switch over to these. So let's give me just one.
Last game coming in there. Let's see.
It should be. There we go. All right, give me just 1 second. Let me go ahead and.
Very good.
Go to.
Right there.
All right, so when you clear it off, hit space.
Yep.
There you go, and make sure you hit Control T because it's going to try to. Oh wait. You should be.
There we go.
Okay, you should be good. I think. If it tries to draw in there again, yeah, there you go.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah, there you go.
So right here is the area we're watching.
Yep.
For that potential. Again, this is going to move due east. Joiner, you need to be in that safe place still.
Yep.
Again, this is going to move in that direction. That it's going to take it, towards Joiner. And then, so once again, my folks in Joiner, you need to be in your safe place still. So let's go back and look at our rotation scan once again.
Yep.
Again, this is moving just to the east of, east of Toronto, just to the west of Joiner. Again, Joiner, you're going to go from rain and hail to nothing. And when you go to nothing is when you need to be in that high alert mode.
Yep. So, give me just a second. I'm having to connect everything back over here because
You're good.
Yeah, these headphones died and I had a spare back here.
There
So
it
we're
is,
good.
right there.
John, Justin, can y'all hear me?
There it is, right there.
Yeah, we can hear you
Yes.
good.
Okay, awesome.
Right there. So
I do have the the RDOT camera on Interstate 55. This is going to be
Okay.
near Joiner.
Sounds
Looks like
good.
we do have slow traffic.
Which is good.
Yeah,
which is good.
there's been hail reports as it crossing over Interstate 55 as well. So
Yep. So that's the game plan.
folks are still asking if this is the only round of storms and is Arkansas in the clear and stuff. Folks, this is the only storm we're watching right now is very in far northeast Arkansas right now. Everything, if you are in central and western Arkansas, you are perfectly in the clear at the moment.
Yep.
Mhm.
And you know what? I've got a Derek, if you take over just a little bit, I can get that drawn out and get that posted on the page for folks to kind of take a look at stuff. So
all right. So what we're doing here, so let's go and look again. So once again, the good news is we don't have any debris seen at this time, so that is a very good thing. Let's go back to our rotation strength because this is what we have been able to detect. A lot of these over the past several hours. Again, this is a storm that has produced a tornado from back in the time it was near the Newport area. Again, same storm that formed and went off west of Pettigene Mountain. It went northeast and then it turned due east. When they turn due east is when they tend to gain their most strength. Unfortunately, that is what we've seen. This sort of history of producing tornadoes and producing damage across much of Jackson County and into Poinsett County. Unfortunately, this is now moving into Mississippi County. As it continues to move east, the question is, does it produce again when it gets out of Arkansas, or does it do it for my folks here in southern Mississippi County? Again, my folks in Mississippi County, Joiner, Bessie, you need to be in a safe place. lowest level of your house, put as many walls in between you and the outside as possible. Again, Wilson, it's going to track just to your south. Osceola is going to be to your south. However, these storms are still producing 60, 70, 80 mile per hour winds as well.
Yep. So what I'm doing right now,
They're going to
Derek,
continue the tornado warning for Poinsett County, Mississippi County, as well as in Tipton, Tennessee. They're going to continue that tornado warning. I sent a Discord message to the chat talking about the height of it.
Yeah. So what I'm doing right now is I'm drawing out an all clear map. I'm gonna get that posted coming up here. Just actually not. I'll send it in the upper south, and one of y'all can get that up on the page. We'll keep an eye on some things. I'm still gonna kind of highlight eastern and southern Arkansas and this yellow zone. Basically, what this means that it will just be all hazards. Your damaging wind, your hail threat, your isolated tornado threat. But like I said before, this is not going to be an outbreak by any stretch of the matter. We are going to, after this tornado warning has expired and there's nothing else going on, we're going to switch back. And then once we get past this, we will have to talk about Wednesday's threat. Wednesday's threat, we will not be as lucky. Well, we'll say that right now. We're not going to be as lucky as we are today, but things can and will change. That's just how weather works. So we'll keep an eye on it. But right now, Western
And Cameron
Arkansas,
too.
Yeah. Go ahead, Bob.
No, you're good. I'm just talking about not anything severe warned or anything like that, but just some of our southern areas down there is getting some heavy, large amounts of hail. So just kind of letting them people, some of our southern counties, letting that we're not forgetting about them either. There is some 1 inch to 1 1/4 inch diameter hail in southern Arkansas as well.
Okay, that sounds good. And that's why I've kept them in the in that area for that potential. So it's going to be an all clear versus an ongoing severe threat map. If you're in the green zone, you're all clear. If you're in the yellow, we're still tracking.
Hey, Cameron.
The severe threat. Yeah, so.
Yeah, so somebody, I couldn't find it in chat, but somebody was asking about Osceola and the steel mill. We know there's a lot of people out there working at the steel mill in Osceola, but I think the rotation and the main threat is going to be south of Osceola toward the Wilson Joyner area, but it's not to say that there's not going to be some hail and damaging winds. I can't find the chat. I don't know where it happened to it.
It's probably buried somewhere, but we'll have to find it.
I just want to give them a heads up.
Yeah.
And also something else they're talking about is there is not another line of storms coming tonight. I don't know. I've seen it several times in the chat. There is no more once this passes east and gets into the western Tennessee.
Yeah, go.
So there is no more line of storms. The next line of storms that we'll be talking about will be Wednesday, and we will be talking about a much more major impact in the state of Arkansas than what it was tonight. So, but as of tonight, there is no other line of storms coming once these storms pass through your area here in Northeast Arkansas.
I'm going to switch it back over to Jamie. Jamie, you can go ahead. What do you got?
We are taking some major hail. I had to pull over the side of the road.
Oh, wow. Are you still, let me make sure that's the current live stream here. I'll double check that real quick. Oh, nope, it's not. Okay, so I think your feed went down again, but we heard you. We heard you on air about the hail. If we can actually hear the hail in the background. She's in Tyrosa along Interstate 555 right now, so she's in that hail core with that storm here. So thank you, Jamie.
Does she have a size or anything?
Jamie, do you have a hail size of what you're seeing right now?
Let me see. Hang on. Can't see anything.
She can't see anything. It's night.
Okay. No, that's fine.
So
they had some trained spotters that was out there earlier that was saying that they were still getting right around about 1 inch in diameter.
It's a weird thing. With the wind blowing it in and the rain, it was gnarly. I'll put it that way. So we've got lots of trucks trying to pull over on the side of the road.
Looking.
Pull over under overpasses.
Fortunately, this is the only storm in the state.
Yeah.
That really warrants our.
Thank you, Jamie. By the way,
undivided attention.
Yeah.
So again, we do have our rotation strength. once again with this storm crossing over the Mississippi County line. Again, Joiner, this is in a direct path. It's going to take it right towards you. Again, I-55 is here. I-555 is here. It is right in between the two. So again, this is going to track into Mississippi County, and then obviously eventually into the state of Tennessee over the next 30 minutes or so. Once this storm clears out, we don't have any other storms, that warrant a significant amount of attention at this time. Again, our cold front is quickly pushing through, which is a good thing. That will limit the rest of our severe threat to far southeast Arkansas, which will be mostly damaging wind and hail threat compared to what's up here in northeast Arkansas.
Yep. And they're going 40% for the watch down there in southeast Arkansas.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
40%. I'd be honest with you. I'm ready for this event to be over with. So
They're doing that
quicker-
mostly
the
for
quicker-
hail and strong winds.
Yep, the quicker this gets over with, the better it be for Arkansas. So, they're going 40% down there for the watch possible. They're just trying to see what comes out from this because they don't know if that's actually going to form or that's why they went 40% down.
Well, that's still just right there south of that outflow boundary. And that's what they're trying to see, what moves out and what's left after the boundary moves out.
Yeah. So
The good thing is for my folks in Mississippi County is the storm has yet to restructure itself.
Yep.
So again, we're going to stay with this storm
Because it's
until it
merging.
crosses the state line.
because it's merging, that's why.
But the good news is you have the storm merger ongoing, and it's still having trouble restructuring itself. So now the question is going to be, does it restructure itself in Arkansas, or does it wait till it gets into Tennessee? We have maybe 15 minutes left with this storm before it becomes a Tennessee problem. Again, unfortunately, just like Cameron said, the next storm to watch is going to be obviously the ones down here in Woodruff County, but again, that is also latched onto a boundary.
Yeah.
But the question is, does the cap maintain that storm from forming? Any further than what it is.
I'd keep an eye on that one. Not taking anything away from the Osceola one because that one is obviously still warm. If you go back to the south for just a little bit.
Yep.
There's your outflow boundary, and there's a supercell just to the west of Forest City and Colt. I'd keep an eye on that one because if that one latches to the outflow boundary, that one may end up being an issue downstream, and that one will go for our folks in Forest City over towards West Memphis. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Like you said, it's either the inversion's gonna get it, either the cap's gonna get it, or it latches onto the outflow boundary and it does what it did earlier. And produces that tornado here. So it's not warned right now, but it's just, I'd watch anything that latches onto that outflow boundary because that's where your helicity, your rotation is maximized right now. And that's why you're having a tornado warning up there with that storm that's crossing into Tennessee, excuse me.
All right. So once again, folks, for my folks in Joyner, Bassett, Wilson, tornado warning does continue here for a few more minutes. We're going to stay with this storm as well. The biggest, probably the greatest thing that I've seen is that our screen has 3 warnings on it for the state, and that's it. That's a very good thing. A lot less than what we dealt with back on March 14th. However, that being said, we continue to watch each and every storm because there is enough rotation in the atmosphere. That we will still be dealing with that a tornado, especially along the north of I-40, across East Arkansas for the next few hours until this cold front gets across the state line. Again, that being said, we've not had any reports since Mark Tree of anything on the ground or any damage with this storm. We've not heard from Jamie about damage. We've not heard any damage from the National Weather Service.
Yeah.
That is a very good thing. And we're going to keep watching this storm.
We just got reports of golf ball size hail by a sheriff's deputy in Bassett.
Okay.
That's just, right there.
Yep.
Bingo.
Do we want to try to get Jamie south towards West Memphis area for the storm coming down I-40?
It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt because it would put Jamie. Did you hear that? I don't know if you heard that or not.
Yep.
You might want to save her some for Wednesday too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was gonna say it wouldn't hurt because here's the situation with that is she would take I-55 down to West Memphis, and then she just takes 40, and it blasts her back to Little Rock. So that would be she's not. I'm not even on the phone with her right now. I can ask her and see what she wants to do. If she wants to go ahead and hang it up and save the energy for Wednesday, then we can. I'll get in contact with her real quick.
Yeah, so I got an update for you.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, John. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So I think the National Weather Service is probably thinking because of the sale merger, it's just making things a little messy. So um, I don't know. I think they're just going to let the tornado warning expire at this point.
Well, they have a severe thunderstorm warning, tornado possible. So I think that's what they're going to do is let the tornado warning expire. And it looks like what they're going to do is just going to do a tour pause with a severe thunderstorm warning.
They have a pretty good wind threat near Bassett coming into western Tipton County.
Yep, there you go.
This is just about over into Tennessee.
Yep, just about there, and then that would be it.
Unless that storm
tornado
down
warning's
in
being
Woodruff.
expired.
It went from almost 40 miles per hour down to 25.
Yeah, it's going over there as it crosses over the river and everything. So, Cameron, they're wanting to know, some people on there, see if you want to put a storm tracker on any of those hailers that are in southern Arkansas. Just kind of get some people a heads up. Maybe they're in Woodruff County and down there around Pine Bluff.
I can. It's just like I said, I was keeping the statewide radar because we just kept having comments left and right about it. So this is going to be the one near the Pine Bluff area here. Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quickly here. And that one's going to move, I'd say, about 30 miles per hour. Whitehall, Pine Bluff, over towards the Sherrill area. They have I can't even pronounce that name, say my life. Let's just say along Interstate 530, and then Highway 79, Highway 63, and Highway 65 over here. Mainly gusty winds, some small hail with that. Not too big of a concern. This looks like the cap is winning out because it went up.
Yeah, they just issued a thunderstorm warning for there.
Oh, they just did? Okay, well, there you go. So mainly going to be for wind and hail with that storm. And then there's one right behind it in Arkadelphia that I can put a track for real quickly here. And that's going to be it right through here. And that's going to be for the Arkadelphia, the Caddo Valley, Princeton, and also the Leola area. Like I said, once again, 40 mile per hour winds and some small hail with those storms.
I'm noticing on our alert our tornado warning has been allowed to expire as well on top of that. So for the first time, in roughly about 4 hours, we don't have a single warning or a single tornado warning. Let me rephrase, anywhere in the state. So that is a good thing. Obviously, we continue to watch. We continue to monitor everything like that. But again, we have hailstorms right now, strong damaging winds. That continues to be our primary threat. That being said, we have been live now for going on 4 hours. With the warnings being dropped again. My folks in Mississippi County, the warning has been dropped. It will drop off of our radar here in just a minute. With just a couple of warnings, we're going to go back to our typical coverage. YouTube, Facebook, YouTube, our Roku channel, our 24/7 network. Again, if another warning does go out, we will back live. We're going to take a reset here and kind of get things going. If anything else does form, we will be back live. And again, myself, for Cameron, John, Dustin, Jamie, this has been continuing coverage each and every time, keeping you safe right here on your source for all things Arkansas weather.